All right. I believe we're here. Are we here? Y'all come on in, man. The show has started. Free smoke. We about to give y'all some free games, some free information. I get so excited about these conversations. So bring the people in. Hey Nella, give me a quick little intro of what free smoke is and what's happening right now. Bring your friends on in here, y'all. Come on.
All right, y'all. Great morning, Lord.
Great afternoon.
Good. Okay. We're here.
All right.
Old comes out here.
Alrighty.
Are we on? Okay, we're live.
All right, y'all. What's up? Welcome to Free Smoke Friday. Y'all, we got some powerhouses in the building today. And if you are new to Free Smoke Friday and you don't know what Free Smoke Friday is, it is literally when we come with some amazing people on this couch and just give you all the game, whatever the topic it may be, whether it's just entrepreneurship all the way around, social media, real estate, you name it, we giving y'all the game. So, with that all having been said, of course, we're going to go ahead and take it over to the one, the only, David Shands.
All right, let's get it, man. Let's get it. Listen, y'all. Today we're going to have a very, very important conversation. Do me a favor. Comment where you're from, where you're tuning in from. This thing is going to get warmed up. It's only 40 people here right now. I need you to share it with 3 people. Share this out with your business partners, your aunties, your uncles, anybody that you care about. It's going to be a very, very, very important conversation. Do me a favor. Let me know where you're calling in from. Are you from the north, from the south? Jersey? Is Jersey in the building? Chicago? What's happening? Where y'all coming from? Is West Coast? Listen, we normally do 11 o'clock. 12 o'clock, and we just changed it to 3 o'clock Eastern. So now it's lunchtime for the West Coasters. Let us know where you're calling in from. There's going to be a very, very good conversation. Okay, we got Arizona, we got Philly in here, NY, St. Petersburg, Florida, Phoenix. What's happening? Do me a favor. I want y'all to be involved in this conversation. When you hear the word social media, tell me what you think. Just comment in the comments. When you hear the word social media, what goes on in your head, what goes on in your heart? I want to have a conversation about social media today. I would like to say that social media is a gift and a curse. It's a gift for some. It's a curse for most. I don't think a lot of people know how to handle it. I think it's a gift or a curse depending on your temperament, who you are, your objective, your goals, your level of discipline, your weaknesses. Social media is quite a thing, man. The way I describe this social media is for some, it is a tool, and for some, it is a toy. Some people are on social media to play. It's just a toy. Some people are on social media to work. It's a tool. I want you to throw it in the chat real quick. Just comment, honestly, for you. Is social media a toy or a tool? Is it a toy or a tool? Is it a tool that's helping you build something, or is it a toy where you're entertained most of the day? And some people are gonna say, oh, it's a tool for me. I'm on it for research purposes. You're lying. You're being consumed. It's fun. We all love this stuff. But as an entrepreneur, we have to look at the landscape of what's happening, and it is not designed for people to just start winning and being empowered. I don't think that's how it's designed. Now, there are going to be a certain group of people who take anything and they make it a tool because they know how to maneuver. Money, is it a tool or a toy? Somebody throw it in the chat. Is money a toy or a tool? For most, the answer is going to be it's a tool, but really for you, it's a toy. You accumulate it so that you can do cool, fun stuff with it. And once you're all out of it, you're upset and you're in despair and you're frustrated and you're mad because you don't have any more. But the moment you get some more money, it becomes another toy and you forget the feeling of not having. You forgot how you got into that desperate place of needing some money because you treated money like a toy and you bought all the candy that you could get. I was reading an article from I think it was Art Institute. They did a study on social media. I'm going to read a portion. It says, and one of it talks about how social media is addictive. Guess what, y'all? They said social media is now more addictive or addicting than smoking cigarettes or cocaine. Yeah, comment in the chats if you believe that, man. We're gonna have a really, really good conversation. They're saying that social media is more addicting than cocaine. I kind of agree. You can go a whole day without like cocaine sometimes. I mean, when you get some cocaine, go crazy, you good for the day, but you don't want to be a cocaine head. You just wait till tomorrow. No, am I tripping? You can go longer without cocaine than you can social media. You mean to tell me you have not been doing whatever you're doing, thought about something random, check your pockets frantically, found your phone, opened it, and did absolutely nothing, and then put it back in your pocket? It's almost like having a little cocaine vape. You just, where's my, all right, whew, okay, cool, and put it back in our pocket. I just need a little hit. I just need to make sure ain't nothing going on. It's the new cocaine. No? Look at some of the stuff that they wrote. While the severe health risk of smoking and cocaine, they're talking about cigarettes and cocaine. While the severe health risk of smoking and cocaine use are well documented, phone addiction, particularly among teens, is an emerging crisis with wide range consequences that may prove to be even more detrimental. Yet it's often unseen. The constant connectivity facilitated by smartphones has ushered in a new era of compulsive behavior that mirrors the psychological patterns observed in substance abuse. Teens, whose brains are still developing, are especially vulnerable to this form of addiction. According to Pew Research, teenagers are now online almost constantly, in air quotes, almost constantly, a trend that correlates with rising rates of depression, anxiety, and sleep disorders among this age group. Listen, I'm not saying anything's wrong with social media. There's nothing more wrong with social media than there is money, because a person with money is dangerous, and a person that lets money consume them is dangerous, and it could be a whole lot of effects to it, where you're talking about cigarettes, weed, cocaine, alcohol. Too much of a good thing is a bad thing anyway, period. But my point is, we're simply talking about, and not even just social media, we're talking about the addiction to our phone. One more part, it says the design of addictiveness. Social media apps such as Instagram and TikTok are meticulously engineered to be addictive, employing techniques akin to those used in slot machines and other forms of gambling. At the heart of this design is something psychologists call random reinforcement, a variable reward system that leverages unpredictability to keep users engaged. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. Just as slot machines offer the allure of potential reward with each pull of the lever, apps now employ features like pull to refresh and randomized notifications to create a sense of anticipation and excitement. I am a victim. My name is David Shands, and I'm addicted to social media. So those are the negative sides. However, I cannot say that I hate social media, because I built a life, I built a career, I built a business off of the back of social media, because I now look at it as a tool, a way where you can get your mission accomplished. So if you are an activist and you're saying you don't want to use social media, you're a fool. How else are you going to galvanize people to do the right thing? If you feel particularly strong about the state of your people and you're just opting out of using social media, it's almost foolish, because I think social media has done a wonderful job of connecting the world. And if you're an entrepreneur, social media has taken every single one of your customers and put them in one room, and they all have their wallet in their hand. Social media is a beautiful place. We can start a conversation. We can have important conversations. Things that's going on the other side of the country can be known about in the other side of the country. Things that's going on the other side of the world. People are saying people are at war more times than ever. Well, maybe not really. We just didn't have social media. People are saying the world is so heinous these days. Well, I wonder what have happened in the day of our grandparents if they had social media. They were probably villains too. It just wasn't as popularized. So today, we're gonna have a very important conversation. I got some of my friends here that I have respect for that move heavily in this social media space. And I wanna introduce someone I have an extreme amount of respect for. Probably one of the most brilliant men I've ever come across. If you ever talk to someone who met Steve Jobs, when Steve Jobs was a young firecracker and he had this idea to build this iPhone, they'll probably say, yo, this person was brilliant. They had the signs of there was no way he wasn't going to build a company that changes the world. And that is the same way I feel about Mr. And I don't know why I'd be wanting to call you Dr. Isaac Hayes. I just feel like,
thank you.
I feel like you're supposed to be Dr. Isaac Hayes.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Man, no doubt, man. Welcome to the show, my brother. How are you?
I'm great, man. Glad to be here, man. I'm happy to be here, man. We've had such a good time the last couple of days.
Absolutely. I do want to open it up. I want to open up the floor. How did you feel about my monologue? Give me your thoughts.
You're absolutely correct. You're right. But I also try to deconstruct what you were saying. And I think not only social media, I think all forms of communication and media are now centralized into one device. So our radio, our television, our CD player, our cassette player, our mail, messaging, phone, and social media audit. So that device, I think the addictive nature of receiving information in one compact, device is probably more addictive than anything. But I think it's also, in my business, it's also necessary because that's how I stay connected to what's going on in the world and understand how trends move. You kind of got to move in reality in real time with certain businesses. Some businesses don't, but you got to move in real time, especially with social media, to know exactly what's going on in the world. Yeah,
for sure. So can you introduce yourself, tell the people about Fanbase and all that you got going on?
Yeah, so I'm Isaac Hayes III, founder and CEO of Fanbase. Fanbase is a next generation social network that allows any person to monetize their content via subscription. So we pioneered that space with in-app purchase subscription from person to person, meaning you can subscribe to someone like you subscribe to Spotify or Netflix, but on your phone using in-app purchase technology. We came up with that late 2019, and I've raised $10 million in seed funding for the app, and we have about 600,000 users. We're in 180 plus countries on iOS and Android, and Fanbase is the heir apparent to all these platforms that we're on right now.
And they keep on stealing from you.
Yeah.
Yo, if you could kind of walk through some of those, man, because it's so impressive that I've never made anybody study the landscape of social media like you, but no matter what Isaac does, you will soon see it on your favorite app. It's there. It's Fanbase first. So, I mean, maybe you can kind of talk to some of the things that you've done and some of the frustrations around that.
I get frustrated, but I also get proud. And the reason why is because I want to demystify a few things for people. I want to demystify anybody that's building a business that don't think that all these apps and all these companies are smarter than you are. Primarily, they just have more resources and capital to ideate your idea before you can. So sometimes you have to be stealthy about what you do and what you don't. So when we did subscriptions, even Apple and Google didn't have they weren't structured to build subscriptions the way that we wanted to, and then they eventually changed the way that they build subscriptions so that they could accommodate what we did, and then they allowed Instagram and TikTok, Facebook and Twitter at the time to build that. So subscriptions are very, very new. There's a lot of other things though. I think there's, so funny. There's a change that I want to make, and I'm gonna tell you probably later what it is.
Okay.
And then when people do it, you'll know. But even like the gold verification badges, like we had gold verified badges on Fanbase way before, and then Twitter started doing them, and I was like, oh, there's the gold verification badge, and it's like, oh yeah, we had that, we've been doing that. Or it's a lot, it's things in audio that we're doing. So I save my ideas. Honestly, I just looked at my phone, which I do, but I was looking at my CTO, and we're on the phone with our patent attorney, because a lot of the ideas, I haven't implemented a lot of things yet because I'm trying to protect them as much as I can moving forward.
Yeah.
So if I can patent it, then we'll release it, because if not, people will steal it. And it's okay, but you can also still, don't be afraid to put stuff out there like that and say you have to patent something, but because you can create a moat, meaning you can lead the space and be a person in the space and then be known for it, and then own that space. Meaning like Twitter, like anybody could have made Twitter, but they did it so good they couldn't patent Twitter, but Twitter did it so well they just own that space.
Got it.
So even if Facebook and Instagram tried to come behind them and build it, they own that market so well, they went on it so hard that no one else could compete with them.
Love it. All right, and we have I love hanging around young people, man.
Me too.
I love hanging around young people because he got such energy and he believes all the stuff that he says. And like we were just having an argument. We came together on the same conversation, but just a brilliant individual. And what he does is build faceless Instagram pages. Have you gotten the faceless YouTube pages yet?
For one of my brands, I actually scale one, but it's something I do on the side. It's not like, it's more so when we're trying to go on every single platform. Like when we're scaling vertically, we're going to hit up every single social media platform you could think of. Gotcha.
So for right now, you build Instagram pages that are faceless. Like I have a brand, but mine has my face all over there. Like it's built off my own coolness. Right. Yeah. But you're saying you're building things like the Shade Room or Spiritual World, like stuff like that. So
exactly.
Can you talk about that?
Exactly. So I don't own the Shade Room or Spiritual World or anything near that capacity. But the idea is building faceless theme pages. I like to also call it a media company in a sense, because these are faceless pages that post specific content for a specific group of people. So I'm pretty sure some people tapping and tuning in right now probably follow food pages or quote pages, business pages, success pages. I don't know if you're into surfing, but you probably follow some surfing pages or travel pages. These faceless Instagram pages are all called theme pages, and they've been around for years. Outside of just Instagram, any social media platform that you go on, there's going to be these types of pages, and that's kind of why I love them.
I love it. So how did you come across this?
Good question. It's a long story, but I'll make it short. I'm an introvert. Not only just that, but I've been to a business for a while now, and I realized that my most profitable in terms of generating sales for the products and services I've sold. When I was 16 going on 17, I was doing drop shipping. We spent money on Facebook ads. Facebook ads never worked. However, we found out about the Instagram theme page space, the Instagram shout out page space, and I found out that I can get posts on these pages with hundreds of thousands of followers for, 50, 60, 70, $100. And, I just did it one day and I was like, yo, let me see if this works. And I made like a 3-4x ROAS, and I was like, oh crap, like that really worked. And then from there, I just continued using these pages, and I was like, you know what? Instead of paying these pages to post my stuff, what if people pay me to post their stuff?
Mm-hmm. Smart man. Well, let's jump into it, man. So when it comes to social media, how do you think the masses are affected from social media? And I think everybody's coming from a different part of the world, or kind of like a different corner of social media. But when you think about social media as a whole, and I'll start with you, Isaac. How do you think the masses are looking at social media, and how should they be looking at it?
I think the masses are looking at social media as entertainment, but it's really a business. It's a new frontier of real estate and IP and monetization that I think people don't understand, and it's going to change very, very fast. Like the value of what people do, they're going to recognize the value and the energy that they put into content. Because right now, for the past 20 years, it's been fun. You get popular, and then from that popularity, it leads you to opportunity. But there's really actually a direct-to-consumer relationship that's about to emerge and dominate, where it's like, okay, I don't have to get famous. I just have to tap into my fan base. And monetize that, you know what I'm saying, without having to, scale to have 1 million users or 10 million or whatever. It's just these small groups, these small communities of people are going to make people very, very rich and very, very wealthy in a short amount of time.
Yeah. What's the psychology of getting someone to hit that like button? Like you were talking about it on my call the other day, and there is now people aren't as free to hit follow as they used to be.
Yeah.
Right? It seems almost very challenging to get to. It was challenging before, but it seems harder to build a following now than it was before. Is that right? What you think?
I would agree, in my opinion, simply because before you would see there wasn't that many creators doing certain things. And being that there probably weren't that many creators and there was very few people that you looked at as the guy in the space, it was probably way easier for you to hit follow, for you to like, for you to subscribe, for you to, constantly stay tapped in with their stuff. But as the platforms grew, I hate to say it, but TikTok came out and they I want to say they shifted the whole dynamic of social media in a sense of, if you really study TikTok, you'll realize that, and Instagram stole from TikTok, Instagram stole from Snapchat. They steal from each other.
They stole from me.
But no, seriously, if you look at TikTok, the reason why TikTok won is they had this thing where new accounts, new users, you can get on a platform, you can post your first video, and they're pushing it out to thousands, tens of thousands of people. It was super easy to go viral. And what happens once we go viral? It's a dopamine hit. We get likes, we get followers, we get comments, we get shares, we get saves. We look at the engagement. Every second we wake up, we're looking at our phone. You go to sleep, you're happy to look at your phone the very first thing because you want to see all the engagement you got. You go to sleep, you're like, oh, it's going viral. You can't wait to wake up. Throughout the day, you're just checking it over and over and over again. And TikTok made it so TikTok started this wave, so to say, where it's easy to go viral. And being that it's so easy to go viral, that's where you have all these creators and you have all these mega influencers. I'm not even gonna say mega influencers, but all these influencers, because the second somebody has 10,000 followers, 100,000 followers, all of a sudden they're an influencer. And it's like, it's not that they're anybody special and it's not that they do anything any different than anybody else, but TikTok has given them this platform. So I say that to say, since TikTok has this thing where it is just super easy to go viral, they kind of cracked the code with it. Every other social media platform is starting to pick that up. They're starting to implement it. And my thought process is, if it's so easy, if there's this many people just putting out, it makes creators want to come on and post. It makes creators want to come on and be influencers, be these personas online. And I feel like that's why it's kind of harder, in a sense, to answer your point, to making people follow you, making people like your stuff, because it's so many people. And it gets to a point in time where it's like, I like this video, but I'm gonna like it and I'm gonna keep scrolling. So it does get harder to follow people, in my opinion. Isaac, you may have a different opinion, but I think it's harder to follow people. I agree with you. I think it's harder to engage with people now, simply because of everything that TikTok started and how social media is just becoming as a whole today.
No, I was gonna add to that. He's absolutely right, and it's two things. One, people are the platforms realize the monetary value of having a following. So I'm going to demystify social media real quick for everybody watching. I'm going to demystify it. Whatever you're doing right now, from now on moving forward, think of yourself as a television network. Every single person that has a smartphone, that has a social media page, that has the ability to host video, that has the capability to host video, you are a television network. Mm-hmm. You are ABC, HBO, you are that, right? And so as soon as Instagram realizes that, these companies realize that, then what do people do on networks? They advertise. Mm-hmm. So if you have 100 million followers, that means you have the ability to advertise to 100 million people. And a brand can go directly to you and say, I'm not running ads on Instagram, I'm running ads on you, And for that very reason, they smush your engagement and crush your, they start shadow banning you or suppressing, hiding you from the community to limit your engagement, right? And then with TikTok, this is a cool thing about TikTok that I thought, which really was true, is that they made following irrelevant. Following is irrelevant. Yep. Following doesn't matter anymore. It's about engagement. And I always ask that question is, would you rather have 1 million followers and 100,000 views on your video, or 100,000 followers and 1 million views on your video?
Say it again. Would I rather have 1 million followers
and 100,000 views on your content?
100,000 views.
Or 100,000 followers and 1 million views on your content?
Of course. Let me get them.
Engagement,
views,
right.
Yeah.
Engagement is way more important.
Following
is dead.
Right, yeah. That's
Following is so the thing that I'm going to change in social that I'm going to do, and everybody's going to copy me when I change this. I'm going to change the way that people view it, but watch everybody change that, because it's going to make it a lot more relevant. Following is dead. It doesn't. Your following doesn't matter. People want engagement, and in Fanbase, we're actually pivoting more towards an engagement platform where it doesn't. I want everybody to see everything whenever they want to see it. So there's not a person on Fanbase that will ever be shadow banned. You know what I'm saying? There'll be a lot of content in the sphere of the universe of Fanbase, but you will never not be able to not find somebody. As a matter of fact, like every follower you gain is a guaranteed viewer. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not like, okay, so if you have 100 million followers and you post a piece of content, we're going to send that to 100 million people. Like, we're never going to not do that, because advertising is, since we don't do advertising, I don't have to limit your visibility to make money off you. We're making money off the rev share of the subscriptions and the in-app purchases that go on through the platform. So the platform's got to hate you. Like Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, they're in competition with you from day one.
Yeah, because of ads. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, because of advertising.
I see. So they can't let me get too lit and make too much money off my followers. They gotta get in the way of that.
Because Coca-Cola would come to you and say, put a Coca-Cola commercial on your page. Like I always say, there's 17 million people watch Sunday Night Football, right? So on Sunday Night Football, brands pay about between $600,000 and $800,000 for a 30-second commercial. So if you have 17 million followers right now, and you could hit a button and reach 17 million people, then you could charge $800,000 per post. So imagine you just say, okay, I'm gonna post 2 posts a day. I'm gonna go ahead and make $1.6 million today. So Instagram knows that. So for that very reason, they smush your visibility down, because it forces Coca-Cola to come pay them to have that reach and not go directly to you. So they're step in front of you. They're playing with your visibility. They're playing with your metrics. They're playing with all your content.
So what do we do here, man? Like, because we all want, our objective is to grow a following, so we have a built-in database of customers, so that once we drop our book or our coaching program, whatever, we blast it out there. We got all these followers, people buy.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work that way anymore. What do we do?
Solution number one is like Isaac is doing right now, just owning the platform. That's outright. Solution number two is, at the end of the day, you don't own it, you rent it. So you can't really, I don't really think there's room to complain. At the end of the day, they give you this platform where you can create a free account. You can post every day on it for free, and you can reach the billions of people that they have on the platform for free. So it's like, who are you to really complain that you're not going viral, your posts aren't doing this, your posts isn't doing that? Because at the end of the day, you don't own it. I mean, they gave you a platform to be able to showcase whatever it is you want to show. But I don't really think there's room to complain, other than if you're not going to own the platform, just continue showing up every single day and outdo your competitors. I feel like those are only 2 answers to it.
Okay, let's talk about how to outdo our competitors. How important is aesthetics on the page?
Nah.
I mean, when you come on there, aesthetically pleasing.
Depends on the content.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
If you're a fitness person, then yeah, you want your abs to have baby oil on them. You know what I mean? Like, if you're making food, you want your plating to be right, and you want your food, you want the cheese to look gooey. Yeah. And I see this dude, everything he make, I want to make, man. It's so good. He be making he makes pizza inside of like spring foam pans, and he'll just chop up dough and put pepperoni and cheese and then bacon. It's this stringy. I was like, yo, that shit looks great. Information is different. It depends, or comedy or stuff like that. That necessarily doesn't have to look aesthetically pleasing. Like low quality, I say like low quality the less produced the content, the better. Meaning, like when you're creating the skits. Like Country Wayne is a perfect example.
Yeah.
He's shooting that shit on an iPhone.
Yeah.
And it's getting and that's what I love about Fanbase, because I'm predicting that all these streaming platforms are going to merge into like 4. I think they're going to be I think they're going to be 4 in 5 years. There's only going to be 4 left, right? I think it's going to be Netflix. I think it's going to be Apple and Disney combined, and Hulu as one.
Why do you say that?
Because I think Apple's going to buy Disney.
Disney Plus.
No, you're gonna buy
Disney the company.
Yes, they're gonna buy Disney. I think they're gonna buy Disney.
Why? Where are you getting that from?
Hey man, this is what that's what my spidey senses are telling
What
me.
makes you say that though?
Because Apple has a content problem, and Disney can't afford to continue to make content because they're not making enough money from it. Meaning, like I was saying this, like they're charging $14.99 for Disney Plus. Loki season 2 costs $140 million just for one series. Now imagine all the content that they have to spend to make original content. They're like $20 billion in debt. Apple's got plenty of cash because they make product. They make product. They got an app store. They're making revenue. So they're a $2 trillion company. They good. Like so they want it. So now the only thing missing piece is they need content. So if they snatch up Disney, now they got content.
Hold on. Okay, hold on real quick. Which means, by what you're saying, the people who can produce a lot of content really put themselves in a way to create partnerships with people who just have a bunch of money or are winning in another area. We pump out a lot of content here, right?
Yeah.
But I guess I need to find a company that finds value in what I do, because it's not that hard.
That's the way that I see social media is a free market for people, decentralized, that everybody's a channel. So meaning like, and it's happening right now. It exists now. It's just, again, psychologically, people don't have a collective conscious. We think like ice cubes in an ice tray. Like we think like that. Meaning we don't take the business, the politics, the art, the science, the spirituality, and put it all into one. And then how do those collaborate together to work, to build a business or scale or be successful? Because even Steve Jobs is probably one of the biggest people I idolize, but I pay close attention to the fact that he was genius enough to build Apple, but not smart enough to not get voted out of Apple. Those are two different intellects. Those are two different ranges of thought. So it's like, everybody's going to love what I'm doing so much. He was blinded by the fact that, but this board can vote you out. All they care about is the shareholders and the value. So now you got to watch that part. Yeah. And then you got to watch Steve
is worried about the art and the feel and changing the world.
Right. And it's like, that's going to be great. And it's like, but then when he got his second chance, he came back and said, he got rid of the board. There ain't no board. Right. You know what I'm saying? He gave everybody a little exit package and say, Apple is my company. Like, this is my shit. And so I think ownership of your IP is extremely important. But for you, I think monetizing content via subscription is just going to be the norm. It's going to be, I'm telling you, like I don't understand how people don't get it already. Like there's nothing. It shocks me.
It's somewhat challenging though to get someone. No,
I'm cutting you off. No, it's not. It's not hard.
All right. So real quick, I have a subscription here, even on YouTube. It's like $4.99 or $10.99, something like that, right? And we put out additional content that nobody else gets to see. And I think it's one nugget can make you $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. And all you gotta do is invest. You can sit down. Come on. The $10 a month, which is $100 for the year, right? I give really valuable stuff.
Yeah.
Or like in the morning meetup, it's $500 a year. I'm on a call every day, pouring out my heart, my soul, the businesses that I'm doing, the current stuff that I got going on. They all get to see it first.
Yeah.
We do live meet, all kind of stuff. But maybe it's the messaging of why we don't have 20,000 people in the morning meetup. It just
No, I
doesn't,
think
it
I also-
blows me away why this isn't happening.
I also think it's also the medium in which you decide to do it, because you kind of have to funnel your audience into a space where they know what they're there for, or they understand that. So that's a good thing about OnlyFans. It's like titties and ass. Like, I'm going there for titties, and
Try
ass,
to
and
keep it
sex.
as edited as possible for my monetization sake, if you don't mind.
Titties isn't a curse word.
Ass
is
just do your best. Just do your best.
Okay.
Baby.
Well, booty and boobs, right?
Good freestyle off the top of the dome.
Yeah.
That was good.
So, you know what you're getting when you go there. So there's already an audience for that. It's like Twitch. I'm going there for gaming, right? And so once you kind of know those spaces where you're going, then you're gonna have customers that are interested in that content as a general perspective. And then they narrow it down. On YouTube, there could be anything from a music video to, a fireworks explosion to,
Right.
it's populated with so much stuff that's not there. What I love about what we do is we give you the option, we give you the ability to have all of that and then narrow it down. So you get to segment it down. So the focus is for you to actually compartmentalize that audience, separate your fan base from your following. I say everybody has a following, but everybody has a fan base too. So buried within your following is a small group of people that are dedicated to what you're into. It's also concentrating those people in one space. Now for you might be doing that on a podcast network, YouTube, Instagram, all these places, right? So imagine you said, okay, I'm gonna put up a link that directs you to go to one place now. And that's the only place this stuff is going to be. I'm not going to be on all these social networks again. I'm only going to be on one. And one is my free stuff and my paid stuff at the same time. And the people that are successful with that, that's called funneling. So when they say, okay, so you can go to an Instagram page, and a lot of people don't use their funnels, but like I always use Bad Baby as a perfect example. Everybody knows Catch Me Outside, Bad Baby. You go to her Instagram page, she has anywhere between 2 and 10 photos on her page at all times, but she has 16 million followers because her link tree, she's funneling. It's like, okay, I'm directing everybody to my OnlyFans. I'm directing everybody to my music or everybody to my my music video, right? And then she's converting those people. So she's making that monetization happen.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do. We're spread too thin. Everybody's on I'm on Twitter, and they tell you, and I say never leave, because once you built up those platforms that have all of these users, that's just your audience. Now market your audience to where you want them to go. Don't continue to serve them. You have to, and everybody ain't coming. Yeah. That's the thing that we got to get comfortable with. Like everybody ain't follow me to fan base. It's cool though. I'm over there. But the irony is, I have almost half as many followers on Fanbase as I do on Instagram. Like I got 160,000 followers on Instagram. I got 85,000 followers on Fanbase. And that's like, I don't even really post on there a lot, but I'm building a concentrated community. So for you or anybody out there, you just got to start, monetize. Like monetization has to be the conversation that you have to have with people, and people are afraid to say that they want to pay for something. I said that the last time I was here though, David. Yeah. I was like, if me and you, this easiest thing out. If me and you were to start a bakery today. Mm-hmm. And we had to give away muffins for free. So we gotta spend the cost of creating the muffins. Right. But we gotta give them away for free every day to every single person that comes in the store, until Keith Lee walks in there, miraculously out of nowhere, and says, these are the best muffins ever, and we go viral, and then we get all the money back from doing what we did. Yes. Then we would go out of business before that happens.
Yes.
You're not gonna make it.
That's true.
So you got a muffin, you got to sell it. If you got content, you got to sell your content. Everybody's not going to buy it. Mm-hmm. But once you take that approach and leave the fame out of it, or the visibility or whatever, and say, okay, cool. Like when I saw that video about Kai, when he was talking to Speedy, he was like, I got 8.5 million followers on Twitch. And he's like, okay, cool. And he goes, I got how many subscribers? He goes, oh, I got I think he said 50,000 or something like that. Paying him $4.99. He's making $400,000 a month off his subscribers. 400,000. He's 21 years old. And so what I say is, all of the creators that that were doing the TikTok dances that want the brand deals and want to hold up products, they're looking at this like, God, like, why is this 21-year-old kid making $400,000 a month? Because he's focused his audience on one platform. He's giving them free content and he's giving them paid content. So you have 8.5 million, but less than 1% of your entire following on that platform is making you $400,000 a month. You know what I'm saying?
Gracious. Okay. So I want to help some of the people, especially in. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You said something. I thought you said something. Okay. So I think Isaac, he was talking about finding that tribe of people that are into what you're into, and that's kind of like the philosophy behind these pages, right?
Yep.
So walk me through that.
So and I like how you said, funny enough, fan base. That's literally what it is. I tell people that all the time. You're building a fan base of people who like this one specific topic that you're talking about. So the idea is this, right? Let's say you're into sports highlights, and you curated some of the best sports highlights as they happen on a day-to-day basis on this one place, on this one platform that people can come and consume every single day. Mm-hmm. What I realize is with these pages, and not just these pages, but pages altogether, influencers, creators, what I realize is the most successful creators are the ones who can build this fan base. You can have the most followers in the world, but followers don't mean nothing. Followers don't mean nothing if they're not a cult. Like, I like to say they have to follow you. Like, it has to be like a cult-like following. That is where it's made. Why do you think Kai Cenat, for example, makes the money he makes? He has a cult-like following. The top creators, and this is where, I think this is where social media as a whole is going to who can build the biggest platform of cult-like followers. Because once you build this platform, think about, who was it? Is it Kylie Jenner or Kim Kardashian? I think she built a brand new brand on her first day launching it. Just did some Instagram posts, made $1 million. And that's because she has a cult-like following. I don't know why she has a cult-like following. I don't know what she does, but she has a cult-like following. So having a cult-like following, I think, is so important going into 2024, 2025, and just the future of social media altogether. The question is, it's not who can have the most followers, but who can build the biggest fan base, literally, like not even
the deepest connection.
The deepest connection with this community, exactly.
Like Super Ray.
So what?
I love Super Ray 14K. You know him?
Yo, he can't. Yeah, yes. He didn't have the followers that he had now a few months ago.
And then, did you see what Instagram did to him?
No.
Clapped him.
Oh, they crushed his engagement. He did a video about it. He shadow banned.
Really?
He was getting 50,000 followers a day. You can see that video? I posted that video.
And I watch him. He got
to 1.5 million and they put the brakes on his ass. I'm telling you, hold up, look, I'm about to show you, I'm about to play you the audio of the clip so you can hear it. And then you can see the video. And I did that on purpose because I wanted people to see that this is what they do to your ass. It's like they'll crush your engagement because he was monetizing. This is what he was doing. He was having people DM him to take their videos and do the voiceovers over his videos. He was making a bunch of money off Cash App and all that. And they were like, this is what shadow banning looks like. He said, they put my ass in the basement.
Yo, you know what's crazy?
Look.
Is he...
That's what shadow ban look like, nigga. You was doing 30,000 followers a day. Them niggas done put your ass in the basement of the motherfucking internet.
Look at his engagement. Look how it went.
Oh wow!
Look at his shit.
Show this.
Hold on. Let me turn my brightness down. Hold on. Let me turn my brightness down so you can see it. Look how they flatline your boy. He was going good, and
that's crazy.
They flatlined him. It was a.
To have your license.
That's crazy. Here's what's crazy.
They crushed him.
He worked for that though.
He did, but
I remember I might have called him when he had 20,000 followers, something like that. But he's posting
40 times a day.
What?
40 posts a day.
Going crazy.
But it's genius. It's like I love because he's taking normal content and putting hit. So first of all, it's no cost of production. My mind breaks down that it costs him nothing except a microphone and a computer to talk over. So he's doing voiceovers over all pre-existing content from any point in history. He can go back to the 70s. He can go to the 80s. He can go to Africa. He can go to India where they just sticking their hands in all kind of food and slinging it on a plate and be like, y'all nasty. If you wonder why you got bubble guts,
I know why you sick.
Right, exactly. So it's genius because it's no cost of production to do that. But he is the star of that content, and so now there's a value to that. And as soon as Instagram recognized, they were like, shut him down. Because he about to start, because that 1.5 million people, he probably making 1,000, 2,000 a post.
Bruh. So how do we trick the algorithm to
You don't.
be lit and then stop being lit?
You leave.
Be lit, you leave. You go to Fanbase.
I look, I just sit over here like this. Y'all be here one day. Y'all be up here because they do that on purpose. That remember when you were talking at first, you were saying the slot machine type. So TikTok does that, meaning they'll take one of your posts and say, oh yeah, give him 5 million views on that. And then the next 40, you're going to get 2,000. But you'll keep playing. You'll keep throwing them quarters in there.
Because of that one time you
hit. And then it's like, ooh, I got another one. And then it's like, and then you're in the basement again. But that's the dopamine. It's like to the point that I guarantee you they have it down to a science for each person. They say after 25 posts, we lose this user. So on the 24th post, make them go viral again. You got to think about the psychology and the science of it. They probably have a profile on every user on that platform of when they come and when they leave. So it's like, oh yeah, this user, every 100 posts, if they don't see any change by 100, they'll leave. So on 99, give them that 500,000 views, and then they tap out.
Have you ever watched?
Mike.
Have you ever watched The Social Dilemma?
Yes.
That movie is really, really good, and it kind of breaks down. You just made me think about it. I never thought about it like that, but
a little closer.
I never thought about it like that, but that's a very valid point. Because the commonality with like all the pages and stuff that we ran, there's always that flatline point. Mm-hmm. It's always that flatline point, but what I realize is it always comes back. You just keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. But that's the sad part about social media as a whole is we don't own these platforms. They can do whatever they want with it. And I would say that's probably one of the cons with it.
You know why they flatline you though, right?
Why?
Okay, so I'm telling you, this is the game because so real estate, advertising is built off real estate, digital real estate. Mm-hmm. So if you post a video that gets 1 million views, and then you post another video that gets 1 million views, you probably won't post as much, right? Mm-hmm. But if you post a video that gets 1 million views, and then you got to post 25 more videos before you get a little bit more engagement, you just gave the platform more real estate to put ads in between. You see what I'm saying? That's why they want you to, that's why they tell you, oh, to trick the algorithm, keep posting. No, we need content to run ads in between. So you're feeding a machine that's placing advertising in between everything that you do and make it. So they're gonna get their money back. So we're gonna give you the 2 million video, but we're gonna get our money back tenfold because you're gonna spend the next 40 videos trying to go viral, and they're gonna be ads in between all of that.
So the trick is to keep posting though.
I mean,
the trick is to extract that core audience and monetize that.
Yep. So for example, case in point, to prove your point, me and your podcast got 4 million views on my page. My post right after got 400K views. Keep in mind, like this is more than what I normally get. Every single post after that didn't even pass 100K views. And I say that to say, kind of like you said, they're probably just gonna, I'm thinking in my head, yo, I'm lit. 2 posts back to back. I'm gonna keep on doing this. And you kind of have that feeling, that dopamine hit again, like, yo, I want this to happen again. So you keep on doing, you keep on posting, looking forward to that one post that's gonna go off again.
Yeah, but every one of those got an ad in between it.
Yep, exactly.
On somebody's feed.
Exactly.
On somebody's feed, and they're making a bunch of money off that. So even that 100,000 views, even they make a few pennies and cents, but collectively off 1 billion people. Oh yeah, we're only gonna make 35, 45 cents off that one post. But when you're doing it with billions of people, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, it's cash money. It's numbers. It's all numbers.
Yo, talk to me about the white side. What's going on? All I know is black Instagram and black Twitter and black TikTok. That's all I know. But what about other cultures in their relationship with social media? Is it the same?
That's a good question. I don't think so.
No, it isn't.
I don't think so.
Well, yes and no. Yes, it is. It is the exact same because there are people that love sports highlights, and they're doing that. The only issue that I've seen is the inequity between black creators and white creators because of advertising. Meaning, if I'm selling Welch's or Perrier, I can't have the most famous people on my platform can't be just all black people. I have to have, because again, I say, unfortunately, in this country, things built by white people are naturally perceived for all people. So if it's a McDonald's commercial with a white family and white kids, and they go to McDonald's, that's for white people, Latino people, Asian people, black people. It doesn't matter. It's just broad. But if I have a McDonald's commercial and I got 10 McDonald's commercials and everybody's black, white folks ain't gonna be buying McDonald's, dog. They not. So they
did that for the blacks.
Yeah, they do that, and to the point that they'll change the music to some hip hop with some record scratches in it. Come to McDonald's and
cocked, like, he's not walking like that.
Yeah, on the side and all that kind of. Like I was watching this High Score documentary on Netflix about the video game industry, because that's when I started talking about Jerry Lawson. But they were talking yesterday was about Sega and how they wanted to make Sega cooler because Nintendo was for kids, so they targeted Sega and made it for like 12, 13 and up with the Genesis, right? Because it was a 16-bit console, Nintendo was 8. They made it 16-bit, and then it was like commercials with like black women background singers like Sega. I'm like, and I always say like you cannot market or promote anything without the assistance of black people. Like you can't do it, but it behooves a platform like TikTok to have very, very famous white creators. And I prove this point. If you look at the top 100 creators on TikTok, there are probably 8 black people. Everybody that is white is just a normal human being that has created content like a Charli D'Amelio or a Zach King that people love. The black people are like Will Smith, The Rock. Like you got to be that. Like look at the comparison. You got to be a 20-year. I went to a WWE superstar to megastar actor to have the equivalent of some young white kid to get the same amount of views, because they need those views to sell Dunkin' coffee. So it's a complete inequity. It's like.
Do you think TikTok did that on purpose?
Yeah. They don't want that. Yeah, they're not gonna let, bruh, because naturally. Okay, so put it like this. In all other areas, when we really think about things in a perspective of comedy or sports, typically, or the arts in general, creative spaces, black people are usually the most popular people, right? It's like Beyonce, LeBron, Michael, Kobe, Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle, like the super huge. So then how is it, even on Instagram, the most famous people on Instagram are typically in the top 100. A lot of them are black people. But as soon as you get to TikTok, it's like, it's white as it can get. And then it's like, and then it's Dave Chappelle and Jason Derulo. I mean, I'm not Dave Chappelle, Jason Derulo, Kevin Hart, The Rock, Kobby Lane, Drewski. Those are the couple that break through. Drewski. There's no black women at all, like in the top 100 of TikTok. There's no black women in the top 100 of TikTok at all.
Yeah.
No.
Interesting.
When you study it, it's like, because it's like that's how they make their money. See, like 97% of Facebook's revenue comes from advertising. So they can't have the most famous. Everybody just can't be black and famous on the platform. They just can't. You know what I'm saying? They just can't, because it's a different
black and famous out here.
It's a different set. But in the NBA, it's like, okay, cool. It's like the athletes, and like, again, okay, put it like this. I'm pretty sure from a marketing perspective, the Joker jerseys, and you know what I'm saying, that they love having those guys. He's a great player, phenomenal. But from an advertising perspective, it's amazing, because it's like we got a white face that we can put dollars behind, right? You know what I'm saying? Those are the things that I'm talking about. When you have those, like when you have Wayne Gretzky's, oh yeah, we love it. It's out of here.
Who's the Joakim, the guy, the basketball player,
Jokic.
Yeah,
Jokic in Utah.
Because we had no white NBA stars in a minute.
Him and what's the guy from Dallas? Luka Doncic.
Also, I know they loving it now. Like,
yeah, they love it. But they're taking nothing away from their talent. Yeah, it's just great marketing.
Yeah.
It's like we can't have like John Morant. It's like no, we can't. We can't have. See,
Like, we got
John Morant out there doing the gritty.
we got a caller. We got a caller. Who we got, Nella?
All right, well, before we bring this caller on, guys, we are going to start taking your calls live. So if you want to join this conversation, if you have a question, you want this free smoke, go ahead, text your question to the number on the screen with your name and your Instagram, and we will bring you on live. But let's go ahead and get to this first caller. True, you are on live, free smoke with David and friends.
What's happening?
Hey guys, thank you. Quick question. What are your thoughts on actually owning a server and like funneling that poor audience to a website that's on that server? Not saying to leave these other platforms because I understand the importance of being there, but just building your own in the process.
What do you mean by server?
Basically a website. Basically your own website, correct?
Yeah, it's a place that your website actually lives.
Right.
So there's a...
So I say that's doable, but it's not scalable. And what I mean is I want people, the reason that I think Kim Kardashian's Instagram page is worth more than her website. And it's only because she's there, plus she's there with other people that are there for a lot of different other things. So think of a place where everybody's had the ability to build websites for years. You can build a website with whateveryouare.com and funnel people directly to that website. The problem is that what variety of content or information or entertainment are you giving people? Because once they see everything that they've seen, they leave. That's kind of the hiccup with like Patreon and OnlyFans. It's like they're similar. It's like once I've seen the nudity or the one person's content that they put behind the paywall, I leave. So it's not necessarily scalable. It's not really that. When you build a community, I call them like malls. Like a social media mall is better than a standalone store. If I have the Ike store and it's just on the corner and all I'm selling is Ike, cool. I'm gonna have customers. But I have the Ike store, the David store, your store, the Beyonce store, the Lakers store, the Kevin Hart store, the video game, all of them together where it's all that foot traffic. So basically social media platforms are an enormous amount of foot traffic for varying interests. So the likelihood that other people will discover you by walking through that mall as opposed to you just being out on the corner.
Is that
Got
your
it.
question?
So stay where the players are. Yeah, it does. What I basically hear him saying is like, stay where the players are. Don't make people have to come and find you. Like you stay in that arena and you just keep yourself relevant in that space. Keep putting out quality content, and then you get your sales and things while you're there. But don't leave that space to go build your own because you probably won't be successful or be able to scale it. In short. Yeah.
Well, yeah. That's what Fanbase is, a combination of both. So Fanbase, you can have followers and subscribers on the same profile. So you can put all your free stuff and everybody can post their free stuff and move around. But then the people that want to have that niche content, then they can subscribe to you for that. That's the reason why I built the platform the way that I built it, because it just gives you the opportunity to have the best of both worlds. All the mall traffic you want, but then that one store where you can sell your stuff, you can pull from that and you can pull from everybody else's audience too and still have that foot traffic.
Right. So if you're educating someone or you're putting out educational type of content, do you think like, okay, yes, put short form content on all of these platforms, but Fanbase is a better space than, I guess, Patreon or a website or any of those things?
Of course I'm going to say that. Absolutely, because there's more tools available. There's not content suppression. We're scaling the platform so that it's based off engagement. I tell everybody, never leave any social media platform that you're on. Don't leave TikTok, don't leave Instagram, don't leave X, don't leave none of those places. You continue to engage on those places, but then start to drive those audiences to where you want them to go to another social community that they're going to wind up staying. So, because what you don't want is you don't want people to come there then leave. You want people to come there and stay, and then it's like, oh, we there kicking it already, and oh, she just posted something. She just posted a new educational piece of content. They watch her content, and then they go right back to living their life the way that they live their life, and then that cycle repeats over and over again.
Thank you. Those are my questions, but I appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. Are you good on social media?
I'm decent with social media. Like, I know the information. I spend more time executing for other people than I do for myself, and I believe that that's always been my hiccup. And that's mainly because, like, that's my profession. I'm a project manager full time. I work with other companies to take those tedious tasks off of their hands. And so when it comes to social media, sometimes I'm not automating or I'm not creating as much content as I should. But when it comes to like how it works, what to do to scale it, I know that. I know that, and I've mastered that.
Good. All right, good stuff. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. All right. So what I'm hearing now is we really need to figure out how to get people to fall in love with us, or how to get people to, and obviously guide them to the correct path.
They love you already. They're already there.
Yeah, but there still has to be some sort of strategy on
100%. Yeah.
How do we get people? How do I get someone who's stumbling on my page or seeing me for the first time? How do I get somebody to say, "Hey, I'm about to go do a live room on Facebook. Come on, follow me." Mm-hmm. It doesn't move that fast. Like
but my point is Facebook where it's popping? Is Facebook the lytics?
Fanbase.
Okay. Well,
I'm about to do a live room on Fanbase. Follow me, y'all.
Right. So we had a lot of people create accounts, like 100,000 users, maybe 150,000 users in the past 2 months when Clubhouse made a change to the way that the app functions. So capitalizing on the way that, like, giving people the things that they want, like the environment that they want, like if they love audio, like for you, it's like, I think there's a whole segment of audio that you're probably not using. Like, are you on X Spaces, or you do Spaces? And see, the thing about that, what's important about that is, and that's even more advantageous because it only requires one of the senses and not two. So I can listen to you and cook food, watch the game. I could be playing Call of Duty, listen to what you're saying, and it's like so you're freeing yourself. So people, that's the gem of audio that people haven't realized. It's just like radio. It's just like podcasting. Like it doesn't require anything. The visual component requires people to focus. I can't. If this conversation was going on right now and it was playing through my car through an audio app that I just had sitting up, this is great because I can drive. Because we have a lot of truck drivers that use audio. We have a lot of people that work. We have a lot of people that work in like Amazon factories. Like the dudes, they go on. These dudes in Memphis, they work at the Amazon distribution center and put on headphones all day and just talk on the audio rooms because they can still do their job, but still engage in conversation and talk. And it makes the time go by a lot faster. Imagine being at your job and like, I get in the audio room and just kick it with a bunch of strangers and talk about BS all day. But I look at them like, man, we've been in this room 4 hours. I'm about to get off work.
Right.
So it's I think that you have to also think of emerging technologies or where people are going. So I say, when you said Facebook, I was like, well, Facebook is not even where it's at. Facebook is for old people. It's over for that. It's the older, that's where people are going to talk about politics, and they're gonna reminisce over past relationships and try to rekindle with their high school sweetheart. But that's not where the culture is. You know what I'm saying? Sure. And there's a distinct difference between you're 22, right? So when I see someone that's 22 years old, when I was your age, we were excited to be able to store our photos on a website that people could go see, like a MySpace page or a Facebook page. Now, you don't care about all the photos is in your phone. Mm-hmm. There's no sentimental value to placing your memories on a website. Yeah. So that's why primarily with Facebook was so popular. It's like, oh, I got my friends and I'm getting to see on the wall and they're getting married, and nobody cares about that stuff no more. Mm-hmm. Now people want to be. Now we've gone past that to entertainment.
Yes,
it's channel surfing.
My question, first off, we got to shout out the super chats, all the people that's showing love. Who we got now? Talk to me.
All right, y'all. First and foremost, I miss the MySpace pages.
Oh, what? You get your little music playing?
Right. Yeah. But don't do the top friends part, because then that just gets you in trouble.
You crazy. No, you need to intentionally let somebody know you no longer in my top.
We really not cool that way.
Yeah.
That was equivalent to an unfollow today.
Put all your sneaky links in your top 8.
Nayetta.
But first, Nayetta, thank you so much, guys. First and foremost, thank you so much for all the super chats that you guys are dropping. If you are loving the information that is being given to y'all, go ahead and drop a super chat, because it's not just going to this podcast, but it is going to help David and all his friends go to schools within the inner city of Atlanta and teach them about entrepreneurship, teach them about other ways other than traditional education that we know. Right? So, Nayetta, thank you so much for dropping that amazing $10 super chat.
Hold on 1 second. Go, put it back up there. What did you just say?
What was that icon next to her name?
Oh. So
she's a member.
She's a member. So so I was able to actually create members. On
gold
there,
badge.
it looks like a little star, but
David,
it's actually
you not realizing because he remember earlier he was saying
That looks like the gold verification
that's the gold
badge.
verification badge.
But I created the colors. So,
Okay.
And the longer someone's a member, the more it changes. So I'll be able to see how many people, like if someone's commenting, oh, you've been here for a month. Somebody else, they might have been here for 6 months, and they got a whole nother color.
He about to pull
And it
up
automatically
the receipt.
I
changes.
just want y'all to see that. I don't know, y'all can see them. Y'all can't see them gold verification badges, but Fanbase we had them gold badges first.
What does the gold?
So the gold badge on Fanbase is basically people that invested in early. Matter of fact, you have a gold one, I think. I'm pretty sure you have.
Gold badge.
I'm pretty sure you have one.
Royalty.
I think you have a gold badge, but it's for people that work for the company.
Yeah.
So high level employees, and then people that invested early in rounds. And there's 2 other ways that you can get a gold verification badge, but I'm not telling people because nobody's done it yet. It's like a game. It's like
Gotcha.
when somebody crosses that threshold, though, like, oh, you've done X, cool, and then you'll get the gold.
So YouTube, they allowed us to create loyalty badges. So I created those. That's a little social proof.
You got it.
And the longer they're there, it signifies your tenure. And once you've been there, I think like a year, you get the little multicolor social proof badge.
Got it.
So it also depends on what level you join in at too.
Yeah.
Well, no. The badges just determine how long. So you'll get the loyalty badge no matter what thing, and then it changes with your tenure. So, but shouts, first off, join, get a little badge, y'all. You could be a social supporter for $4.99, and we take guys. You guys are not helping me buy steak, okay?
Buy Lamborghini.
Maybe.
Yeah, or get a Lamborghini, okay?
You are wild.
We are so heavy into the schools. Actually, I was supposed to go to ACCA today and speak with the kids. I asked for no money or nothing, but what the kids don't know is I'm taking the money that you all give in your membership badges, whether it's $4.99 or $9.99, $24.99, whatever you decide to be a member in. We're giving you additional content throughout the week, but also we're taking the money and investing in youth entrepreneurs, okay? It's very, very important that we invest in our youth. So whether you give a super badge, you join as a member, you are putting a seed in the ground. And today, you might be saying, oh, I'm giving $20, $30. But I'm telling you, that seed is going in the ground and it will grow on good ground. And don't ask me how it works, but it works the way it works, where if you give, it starts to come back.
What? Okay.
I don't know how the law works. I just know that it works.
Is that manifesting?
Come on, manifestation.
All right, y'all. But thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're going to run down these bad boys really quick. Marsha Ray, thank you so much for your $20 super chat. We appreciate you. True Lee, thank you so much for your $4.99 super chat. And Braids by Joya, thank you so much for your $9.99 super chat, y'all. Once again, this isn't going us. Do it for the kids.
Do it for the kids, man.
Do it for the churn. All right?
We love y'all.
So I
Okay.
have a question.
Talk to me.
So can you tell me a little bit about Fanbase? Like, is it for people who want to? Is it like a live platform? Is it for static post videos?
It's everything. So we got 6. We definitely gonna hang out. We definitely gonna connect. So there's 6 verticals to post on the platform. So we got.
Did you drop something?
I don't want you to be mad at me.
What'd you drop? Wing sauce?
A little wing
It's
sauce.
okay. It's
Yeah,
okay.
it's leather, man. A little water will come up.
Yeah.
But we got posts, stories, live, flicks, which is short form video, audio rooms, and then plus, which is like YouTube.
Yeah.
So you can post up to 2 hours worth of content like a movie and put it behind a paywall. So I wanted to create like a multiverse of social media where people could, utilize the platform and then be in any part of it. So these are the audio rooms where people are having conversations right now. And then Flicks is where you're able to look at short form video content like TikTok and scroll these images and have that. And then there's long form, so it's all mixed in together. And it's just limitless.
Question: can you show me what's behind the paywall? Like, what's an example of something that's behind a paywall?
It depends on the person. It could be like my one of the users posts like videography content. Like, okay, he's a video. He shows you how to set up your camera and get the best sound for whatever. So Jefferson. So he'll I'll show you Jefferson Lewis. Shout out to Jefferson Lewis too. If y'all don't know, he's a stunt man. Jefferson Lewis is like, he's out of control. He be doing stunts and videography and all this kind of stuff. So
and Nella, real quick, if you could put just put like download the Fanbase.
I was just about to do it.
Appreciate it.
yeah. So see, he's giving you tips here on how to do this content.
Artists that can then introduce you to the people that you need to know to then get you the money.
That's behind the paywall.
That's behind the paywall. So it looks like that. And then you can unlock one of these. You can unlock one of these by using this virtual currency we call love, or you can subscribe and open everything. So here's the thing about it. If you've seen this, and this, hold up, let it load, and then that, I invented that. No other app did that before. Where you can subscribe, it's gonna pop up where you double click and pay for something. No app did that before Fanbase.
So
when you see, yeah, they got that from me. And the reason why I think that's cool is because I'm demystifying the fact that none of these platforms are coming up with any great ideas. They're just looking at what the cool people do and then they take them. And so that's why I'm like, there's so many things that we're going to do in audio. I'm going to show you something we're going to do in audio that I showed Ryan from the Gathering Spot yesterday that we're about to start doing in audio. And I'm like, yeah, because I know they're going to steal it. As soon as I put it out, they're going to steal it. And I'm like, all right, it's cool. But it's cool, though, because I'm doing this with like, I'm not saying I'm not doing it with no money, but I'm not doing it with $100 million or $2 billion. I'm doing this with collectively raising $10 million over about 3-4 year period. So
question.
Yeah.
What kind of since you're the creator of it, what kind of posts does your algorithm favor?
We're building that right now because it's wide. Like the algorithm has to learn.
Yeah.
So we have it learning, and right now the algorithm is only on Flicks videos, which is like our version of short form video. It's not on all the pieces of content.
Gotcha.
So expand it. Like that's the thing about capitals. Like there's so much that we want to do and there's so much that we're doing, but when we raise that capital, we'll be able to just iterate and build. Because we're bringing live streaming on Fanbase Plus, so video games, so gamers will be able to game. We're taking audio to web, so audio Fanbase audio on web will be here in 2 weeks. So that means any audio conversation that happens, you can just send a link and you can listen to it without having to download the app.
Dang.
So you just be able to just check it out, and then if you want to speak, or if you want to type in the chat, you have to download the app. But you can just listen to it, so you'll be able to listen to any conversation that you're having. So it's gonna expand. I'm looking at audio rooms that have millions of people in them in the future, as opposed to the max about 4,000, 5,000 people because of the app or how many the app can contain. But on the web, it's limitless.
This guy never ceases to amaze me.
We gonna own the future.
Let's do it. What you got?
All right, we have a caller. Ebony, you are on live Free Smoke with David and his friends.
What's up, Ebony?
Hey, how y'all doing? Thank you so much for the opportunity to ask you a question.
What you got?
So my question concerns my own viral moment. I just recently went viral, but Instagram will not allow me to monetize anything. It's saying that I'm ineligible. So I wanted to know what's the best way to funnel my followers to a new platform or to my own website.
So something that I tell people all the time is the common misconception that people have is YouTube pays you based off of your viewership. I don't think TikTok does either. But Instagram, you don't make your money off of the Instagram platform. If you're trying to make money from Instagram platform, you just like kiss that goodbye, I'll be honest. You want to make money off the people on the Instagram platform. That's where people constantly misconceptualize Instagram. So you want to figure out a way that you can pull these people off of one post. So for example, I don't know what it is that you're selling. I don't know what it is that you're offering. But one way that you can do this is having a ManyChat automation sequence. So, hey, so for example, we just had this post go viral with us. And I don't think it was on that exact post, but on my next post, I said, hey, comment IG and I'm gonna send you the blueprint for free. And every single person that comments IG, I'm basically sending them a link directly to whatever it is that I'm offering and selling. So what that will look like for you is you will first sign up for ManyChat, connect it with your Instagram, and then moving forward from this point on out, anything that you're promoting and posting, I'm assuming that if you're looking to make money from it, I'm assuming you're selling a product or service. I'm assuming, is that correct?
No, I'm not selling a service. So I'm an actress, and I just do funny things online. And something I did went viral. So I'm thinking about putting more production into the idea,
Gotcha.
and building merch around the character that I created online.
Gotcha. Well, Instagram probably be a really good place for building that audience of people. But as for monetizing straight from the video itself and the viewership, your best bet, in my personal opinion, will probably be YouTube and TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok just rolled out this new feature where it's called what is it called? TikTok Monetization, TikTok Creator, something like that. Where TikTok Shop is one, but there's another thing they dropped.
It's a creator. It's like a creator
fun thing.
Yeah, creator. But it's a creator space where they monetize. They give you get about 2 to 4 cents per 1,000 views on TikTok.
Yeah.
Like 2 to 4 cents per 1,000 views. But I'm gonna tell you what, there's other ways to monetize. TikTok is the best place right now to monetize from views and also from outside. Like there's a creator on there that's a lawyer. She used to be a lawyer, but now she created an Amazon storefront, and so her videos get millions and millions of views, and then people visit her storefront and then buy products off her storefront, and then she gets a commission off that. So she's making like $300,000-400,000 a year just off the commissions from the products that she's selling on Amazon, getting pieces of, but her content is phenomenal. She's got really good style. Like, her style is amazing. So people trust her. So she's funny, but she built a community of trust. So it's like, I trust, and she'll wear the outfit and try it on and be like, oh, I'm gonna go buy that. And she'll put the links to all the things that she has. Mm-hmm. And then she has her own couple boutiques as well. And then she has Amazon. So then she's just funneling all that based off the content. So for you, if you're trying to monetize, I wouldn't put any more into the production value of your content. I don't think that should be an expense that you should do. I think you can be funny with 24 frames per second, 4K on the iPhone. Like, that's all you really need. At editing software, you can get CapCut, and make, dope content off CapCut. You can use AI for a lot of different things and stuff like that. So less is more, I think, when it comes to the content space. It's just, if you're going to be funny and a comedian, then you got to find, how can I take that funny content and then create a community of people that want to pay to see me take that character to another level. And if you put production value into that content, charge for that content, as opposed to just, spinning your wheels on IG. Because you're not going to, IG got rid of their Reels bonuses. Like, if you were trying to make money off Reels bonuses, them days is gone.
Yeah. I think what I will say is, I think I could be completely wrong. After realizing, and you've probably seen this, all these social media platforms, they copy each other. Mm-hmm. So my thought process is, I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know what it will look like, but TikTok copied YouTube in terms of making money from videos. Before, you couldn't get paid from TikTok, like the viewers or so. Mm-hmm. I think that Instagram is going to come out with something where they can pay for viewers just so they can compete.
They had it, and they took it away.
The Reels bonuses, right? But I'm saying,
even long form video. That's why Country Wayne left.
Really?
Because they stopped paying for the long form videos.
Really?
That's why he's only on Facebook and he's only on YouTube.
I didn't know that.
So get this. We did a video, we did this little skit thing, right? And goes crazy on Instagram, but really goes crazy on Facebook. On my Facebook page, I looked yesterday actually, and I made $3,900 off of that video.
Really?
Now, it's going crazy on Instagram. And I can see that these pages are so excited that they got so much popularity on their Instagram page. And I'm like, forget that. Everything that I do, I'm putting it on Facebook because Facebook paid me for this thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Country Wayne is going crazy on Facebook. Yeah. Long form conversation. Then I'm going on Facebook. I'm looking at it from a different eye. And all of the stuff that I watch, like, I'll find myself on Facebook watching like UFC fights or the guy, what's it called? It's like a gold digger prank. The guy is talking to this girl. Yeah. She's not giving him no play. And he's like, oh, all right, cool. And it hits a little beep beep on his on his Lamborghini truck. And she's like, hold on. Hey. And then they got a camera in the car and they're having a conversation in the car. But I'm watching because it's something happening with a whole bunch of anticipation that just keeps me on longer. That's why you see these Facebook videos where they're like, yo, look what's gonna happen. Look what's gonna happen when I mix this and I put some Coke in it. Okay, guys, I'm gonna mix it. All right, let me open a bottle of Coke. Shh. Oh, that one's strong. The Coke is strong. I'm telling you, we're gonna pour it in here and it's gonna be some sort of explosion. I'm just waiting. you've watched it for 12 minutes and they still haven't poured the Coke on the mustard to make whatever's gonna happen. And then I'm realizing, yo, they keep me here. But they're only keeping me here because every minute I'm there, it's more and more money. And if we can build the anticipation, so that's why me, Donnie, Ernestine, we sat down and we said, oh, we're gonna do these skits where there's a point to it and there's a conversation to it, but we have to keep you on for a little bit. So I'm looking at the landscape from a different perspective. I'm sorry, whoever that was, I need you to not be reactionary when it comes to social media. Like, we want to do something great, and we think that once we get popular, a lot of people see it, oh, we lit, all our money problems are over. And it don't work like that. You have to anticipate this. You have to look at it. The only reason I post on social media is because I need to drive people to the thing that I'm selling. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason. Not for popularity, not for views, not because, listen, as we build out these skits on Facebook, it's just longer form content, which shows my range of media production, podcasting, skits. So when I do this podcast summit, you have to come because I figured out the game, but I'm monetizing off of what I've done. I need you to see the game like that and stop just making videos because we want people to like what we have to say.
Question.
What's up?
Are you also posting since you're seeing that you're generating revenue from these Facebook videos, are you also posting your videos on YouTube and Facebook now, or you're pushing them over to YouTube only?
Let me tell you what happened, bro. Let me tell you what happened. And hold on, okay. I gotta go. Instagram, just come to YouTube, y'all. Just
what had happened was.
Let me show you this, bro. This is wild.
What had happened was.
This is wild to me. So we posted on Facebook. I didn't think it was gonna go like that. It goes crazy, right? So somebody sent me, and every day somebody sends me another person that posted the video. But this kid, I gotta find this group chat. Me, Donnie, and Ernestine are in this group chat. Here we go. And somebody sent me this Instagram page. And the Instagram page, it's not an Instagram page, it's a YouTube page. Somebody made the caption, a $700 bill, a birthday, and some delusional women. # birthday dinner.
Gaslighting.
This kid started this channel February 9th, 2023. He has 1.345 million views. He has 1.3 million views on the YouTube channel. He remixed our video. The video on his page has almost 1.4 million views.
Wow.
He has 5,000 subscribers. He took something that he saw going viral on Facebook and Instagram, uploaded on YouTube. That video made this man a few $1,000s and made his page.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Didn't go to your pocket.
It didn't.
Shade Room, Ball Alert. They charging $4,000 or $5,000 a post.
The only challenge is I couldn't put it on I wouldn't put it on my YouTube because it doesn't fit in my YouTube.
Right.
Channel.
Aesthetic.
But somebody was smart enough to see something and say, yo, I'm going to put it on my channel, and they went crazy.
So to answer the point, you don't post your podcast on Facebook?
Yeah, I post my podcast everywhere.
So like the full podcast episode, you have X amount of views on YouTube, and then you have X amount of views on this episode on Facebook as well.
Yeah, I mean, we do it, but it hasn't caught on Facebook because I don't think Facebook is the platform where people sit there and watch a long podcast.
Got you. That's interesting. I didn't know Facebook was paying people to post content.
What?
Oh yeah, they pay for videos. Facebook's been paying for videos the whole time. But they're trying to stay relevant because that's what they're trying to do that. They're trying to be the place where younger people are.
Yeah, that reminds me. I think Facebook was at one point, and this could also be a play for Fanbase, not gonna lie. And you'll see Kick doing it as well. You probably get where I'm going with this. But they were paying gamers exclusivity contracts where you have to stream here.
Oh no, I already know. Look, somebody that I might listen. I'm not gonna say no names.
You got someone on your list?
No, I'm not gonna say no names, but I said that Kai Cenat is gonna be a billionaire within 5 years. And people look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, all right. And I keep hearing rumblings of 9-figure deals to be exclusive to a platform. Like 9-figure deals. Like not the low 9 figures. Like mid 9-figure deals just to stream for like 4 or 5 years. So my point is like that, like these subscriptions. That's why I keep saying like, yo, I just sit back like people don't they don't understand that. I couldn't see Kai Cenat's video and not duplicate that, even as a rapper. Mm-hmm. Like if you're a rapper right now, if you don't have subscribers as a rapper, you don't understand the advantage that gives you. That gives you leverage over your label. That gives you leverage over any negotiation that you have because you have your fan base that's paying you. So if you're in a shitty publishing deal, if you're in a shitty record deal, I'm sorry. If you're in a bad record deal, I'm sorry. You're in a not so favorable record deal. When your deal is up, that's a whole different conversation because you can come to the table like, well, I'm making $1.7 million a year off my subscribers. So my new recording contract is going to have to be a $20 million deal. Or you're an athlete. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or you're an actor. You know what I'm saying? Like see, I'm going to say this. The days of canceling people are about to be over. In 10 years, you ain't going to be able to cancel nobody because they're going to have their fan base.
Yeah.
So you can whatever happened to Jonathan Majors is cool. Okay, cool. Disney fired me. I'm about to put out 10 movies on my own platform and have my own subscribers. And I don't need Disney and Marvel. I just produce my own content. You ain't gonna be able to cancel people like it's like nah. You can't cancel people like that.
Culture is about to be over.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be over. You're not gonna be able to like, when it comes to corporations, they're not gonna care. These kids don't care.
Yeah,
you can't cancel Kanye. You can't cancel him.
Yeah.
If he says I'm gonna just build a Yeezy factory in North Georgia and sell Yeezys directly, he don't need it. Like that's my point is like direct to consumer is the future. It's like we're gonna be past that.
So we've got to start building our influence. Yes, we all agree. First off, can we take a tour real quick? Because I just want to argue with Isaac for a minute. When it comes to the content that's being pushed, we're going to make it a quick black thing real quick. The content that's being developed from African Americans, specifically, and it seems like most of the content that we create are in the relationship space. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, of course. It's engagement.
Right.
Anything that gets people in their feelings, politics, I'm talking anything that creates a visceral reaction to a person is going to generate views. Mm. If you're just trying to be funny, that's one thing. But as soon as you say, here comes some bitter black women, like I told you, as soon as your wife said, I got a husband, if you ain't got no, I said, that's what and Donnie, her reaction, that's what made it go viral because it created that energy. That at first it was like, that's normal. Okay. It felt a little skittish, but then it got real when it said, I don't know about y'all, but this is my husband. And now if for those of you that don't have husbands, that's that iron side. And start going off in their head like, like they're getting mad.
So as you're creating this platform, it's almost like, even though I know you don't like it, you still have to encourage it.
Well, I mean, conflict. So entertainment, information, conflict, and attention.
Yeah.
Those 4 things are the cornerstones of engagement.
Yeah.
And so if you're creating content, it has to be that. And I get pretty good at it. I get pretty good at it myself. I know when I'm going to say something, and a lot of times there's truth to what I'm saying, but I say it in a way. Like I'll give you a prime example. Perfect example. There's a video that I did about this guy named Jerry Lawson, who's the guy that invented video game cartridges. Black dude. I don't know if you saw it. It's a black dude. This is why I made this video, because did you know that a black man in Silicon Valley in the mid-70s was the person that invented video game cartridges? So the reason that we have Atari, Nintendo, Sega was a black guy.
I didn't know that.
His name is Jerry Lawson, right? And the reason why I said that is I did EYL the end of last year, and there was an announcement that a woman named Sarah Bond became the first black president of Xbox.
Real quick, bro, side note, okay? I should have been in that post.
What post?
Because I think you made a post like, yo, thanks to all the platforms, EYL and something else. And I'm like, our joint had some little viral moments.
No,
too. You did not. You didn't. But I'm not the person to say, Isaac, why you ain't tagging me? You just said it. I didn't never said it if you didn't just talk about it. I think at the time. No, hold on. Yes, because I was looking at it because you shout out like Black Enterprise or something like that.
I'm gonna tell you who it was. It's Roland Martin.
Yes.
It's Charlemagne, Ebro, and EYL.
It was somebody else.
And Frank Ski. But the reason was, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why.
Find the post.
No, I know. I'm gonna tell you the reason why I use those individuals is because, and it's not that you wouldn't do it. It's that they have been overwhelmingly supportive of lending the platform to help Fanbase raise capital. Like they've been like, oh, you need to come on and talk about it. Like, yo, I'm trying to meet a goal, and they're like, yo, you can come on whenever you want to do that. Like, you know, like Charlemagne.
How many times you been on EYL?
3.
Really?
And I've done all the big 3. I did EYL, I did InvestFest, and I did Market Mondays. They were like, you did the Holy Grail. Like, you were one of the first people to do all 3. Like, I was like, I appreciate that.
I can feel that.
I've done Frank C's radio show like multiple times. I did the Breakfast Club like
Where's
twice.
Where's it at, bro? Where's it at? Where's the post?
At the end of the year, I delete all my posts and then restart. So I'll probably archive it.
But bro, half your page is clips from that interview.
No,
we had a really
great conversation. It was amazing.
And I think I saw more conversation about Fanbase around that time.
Yeah, but I don't think I was raising. I don't think I was raising capital at that point though. I can't remember. I was because you invested that day.
I invested that day.
Yeah, you did.
I could have got a tag.
Yeah.
No,
no. But also, you know what's so funny though is like the conversation that we had after that, even like being in this, it's like I know when I'm around people in environments that are masters at a craft, and this is a mastery. And so my point is like every time I come over here, I'm like, yo, this is a well-oiled machine of mastery when it comes to creating content. There's a lot of value in that. Like it's like when I go into the gathering spot and I know like they're going to have the vice president there, and it's a mastery of like building community and things like that. Like I know that people have EYL's a mastery of financial literacy. Like, but this is like, cause you don't see this. This is like, there's a lot of thought. There's a lot of thought and preparation that went into this. That's what I mean. So that little monologue kind of made up for it. I feel better now. I appreciate it. No, there's a lot of thought and preparation for that. But the point that I said about the post that I made about Sarah Bond was because so what? She's the first black woman president of Xbox. And I said that in my post because I knew that was going to create a reaction to some black women. And I said, and then, so what I do is I create the moment that creates the thing, and then I take you down the educational rabbit hole. And when you get to the bottom, you're like, oh, so you're saying who cares that she's the black president of Xbox because this black guy named Jerry Lawson invented a video game cartridge that gave the ability for Nintendo, Atari, and all them to exist. So when you do your research, we shouldn't be excited to be accepted in spaces that we probably invented in the first place. So why is that? Why is her being the first black president of Xbox when a black guy basically invented everything that Xbox was built off of? Right.
So are you saying a formula to becoming a person that people truly follow is you have to ruffle some feathers?
Yeah, you have to be opinionated, and you have to create that. Like Charleston White, 100%. Yeah. Jason Lee, 100%. Like the shade rooms, the baller alerts, they create those. Tasha K's, they create these. I
love Tasha K.
I mean, Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless, any adversarial, opinionated person that has those types of things. I mean, that's the whole Cat Williams interview was. Yeah. It was just like it gets people in their feel. I told you, I don't live in my feelings. My life. I don't live. It's literally like a mastery. Meaning, it took me years to get to the point that I recognize 100%. That people live their lives through their feelings. So when people say things on the internet, because I made a post the other day about what's the post that I made. I'm gonna read it to you, and this had me cracking up. And I thought this was funny. This young woman hit me The post that I made the other day, it says as follows: a lot of you don't want to be in relationships. You just want to be seen at events, on trips, insinuating relationships for social media. Dudes out here is tour guides, chauffeurs, and cameramen. If you don't get your dignity back, boy, that was my post, right? So I knew immediately. So by saying that, right, I knew that number one, I had women DMing me like, I pay for my own trips. I didn't even say your name, man. So you already telling yourself. I pay for my own trips. I don't need no man to. So I'm like, that's what you got to create. Yeah. Is you create those moments where you force people to, and there's truth to that. Yeah. There's truth that girls want to be, they want to post the vacation photos and nobody's in the picture. And like, what do you do for a living? Because you're in Turks and Caicos and then you're in Paris and then you're like, what do you do? Yeah. And that puts people on the defensive, but it's also thought-provoking because, again, I have a younger brother, and I'm like, I don't want my little brother to think that he got to buy handbags. And girls be on podcasts, like, if you don't DM me $250, I'm not even responding to the DM. Like, what kind of world do we? This is real. This is real. This is real. Like, and that's absurdity to me. And as a young black man who, and my brother got some paper, he part of the family business. You know what I'm saying? So I'm making sure that we not out here, he taking his money. He's like, he's got a lot of acceptance letters. He has a 4.35 GPA. Dang. He wants to go into medicine. So I'm like, I'm teaching them the other side of the game. Like, man, don't let these girls think you got to buy them, fly them out and all that. And no, man, it's enough to be just a good person with potential and hardworking and educated, and that should be enough.
So and as you build out your pages. So Taijaun, he builds out his theme pages, right? So what I'm looking at, because I'm studying your formula, is there's some sort of imagery and there's some bold text.
Yeah.
Give me the psychology behind that, because I want people to take away, okay, I'm either posting too safe or I'm posting too cool or I'm not creating any moments, right? So how do you draw people into your content?
Kind of like what he said. I'll be honest, when I first started like doing this and started growing pages, we tapped into a little bit of controversy, because controversy always, when you stir up somebody's pot, that's gonna always bring eyes. It's always gonna garnish new eyes, viewership. Another thing that we've realized, there's a lot of little intricacies that we realize, but stories, like you said, who cares that she invented the first, what was it, video game?
She was the president, first black female president of Xbox.
Nah, but it'll be like something like that. Now we want to say who cares. That's actually a really good hook. A really good hook. But we'll use stories like that in order to create these visual images that make somebody want to look deeper into the story. This is exactly what the Shade Room does. A big part of Shade Room, I'm not going to say a big part, but a part of Shade Room's revenue generators is actually their blog. So something that they used to do heavy is, what you'll realize is they'll post a story, they'll post like a headline to it, and then they'll start to like write about the story a little bit, and it'll stop and like, if you want to see the rest of it, hit the link on our bio. And it used to, like, I don't know if it still does something for them now to this day, but that's something that they used to do a lot of. But to answer your point, controversy is always, it depends on the type of person, is always a good way. Stirring up the pot is always a good way to cultivate some eyes. Having that bold headline, having that strong headline, like, what is it that you did? Like, why is it so special? And another thing too, I'm not sure if this answers a point, but something else that I realized, whenever you're crafting a post that is visually storytelling and it typically garnishes more eyes, is we'll create a post and we'll make sure that if we're posting like a picture behind it, because we post stories, if we're posting a picture behind it, that the person's smiling. I don't know why, but whenever you see somebody smile, you're more likely, it's some psychology behind it, but you're more likely to be in the picture. You're more likely to be inside of the post. But it's little things like that in order to, and after doing this for some years, you start to realize what works, what doesn't work. Yeah. I remember it was a point in time where some of our best posts were come up stories. Where were they? Where are they now? So I don't remember one off the top of my head, but we'll be like, from Chicago, dad died at 8 years old, mom went to jail at 11, growing up by themselves, XYZ, to owning $50 million in real estate. Boom, it'll be that story, but you see how like interesting that was, like seeing where this person was, where they are today. That's something that really, really works.
You know what he's doing? But again, what I say is people view content as inclusive. So anytime you can see yourself in the story, you're part of it. So that makes you part of the story. Like, I can do that. Like, I'm broke right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that happened. Like like one of my family members is in jail, or I don't have this, and it's like, so you become part of it. The story, the skit that you guys did, it immediately. There's no person. Everybody has feelings. Everybody loves somebody. Everybody's in a relationship. So relationship content is always going to work because everybody's been here. Okay, so I'm gonna take it far out. I'm gonna go way around the world. So remember when "Hello" by Adele came out?
Hello.
It's me.
It's me.
You know how that song was one of the biggest songs ever, right? And you want to know why? Because everybody's been one of the two people in the song. You're either the person that got cheated on, or you're the cheater.
Oh wow.
There's nobody on the planet that wasn't one of those two people in that song.
But you feel inclusive.
You're included in the story. So if you're making content if your content that has nothing to do, so when you're doing political content, that's not most people. Sports content, maybe not, but relationships, everybody's into relationships. Their identity, what people choose to do with their lives. Like, okay, so it's like this one girl posted a video the other day about how, I thought this was wild, but she has a poly relationship. Did you see the poly relationship girl video?
I've seen a million of them.
She did the poly relationship video, and then she did like a graph of all of her partners and the different groups.
Where's it at?
And then,
thanks, she got me.
Here's the thing that even made it more crazy. She goes, I take PrEP. So she takes the HIV preparation medication just so she can live a poly lifestyle. I was like, you wild. And it's not
You said what?
It's not that serious. She takes PrEP. She's like, here are my partners. These are my hookups. These are my friends. These are my flings. These are my fiddle around with. And it's a whole, I'm like, this is like 45 people, man. It's a lot of people.
I'm really looking.
And the fact that you got to take PrEP to be able to go, so you can go here and just have sex. That's. But my point is like people. But here's the thing: there were a lot of women in the contents like, I love your fierceness, your boldness, and you can be you sexually like that, like sexual liberation to women. Don't ever question a woman's like. Don't ever try to question a woman's like sexual exploitation like that. You want some engagement? Question the woman's body count. That's it. That's how it'll get fired up. Because you'll have women say, oh my God, you're such a, I don't want to use a curse word or whatever. You're such a hussy or whatever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or other women will be like, I should be able to have sex with whoever I want to have sex with. So you're creating that conflict. So social media is all about creating content. That's why I posted that. That's really why I posted that Gino Green Denim Tears post.
Find that post for me, bro.
Creating conflict is
the little poly.
So you seen them shirt? You seen people with them clothes on?
Yeah.
So that was an old clothes back in the day. That everybody, huh? What?
Creating
Yo, find the little poly, the little thing, man.
I'm gonna find a girl. I'm gonna find the poly relationship girl.
This is wild.
Creating conflict and inclusively, like you said, to add to that point, it was something that we were testing one time. And this stirred up the pot so much for people. It was a story about Gabrielle Union, but instead of saying Gabrielle Union, we put Dwayne Wade's wife. That little thing, it stirred up the pot. Like, oh, she's bigger than Dwayne Wade, or she has more money. Like, people started going off. But yeah, we intentionally did that because we understand that it's going to stir up the pot. It's still a strong story, still a strong hook. It's still a strong hook, and it's just crazy.
You said it's like a little graph.
Watch that though. Hold on, watch it. It's crazy because the dude says, I'm not gonna say the word he used, but he's like, lady part looks like an RB sandwich, like probably because it's like, yo, it's got to be because that's too many people. That's a lot of people, dog, to be like having consistent rotation.
Oh, so this is the video that's in.
Yeah.
A diagram to explain what my life looks like as a solo poly person. So I am at the center and I am my primary partner. There are people who I'm exploring, people who I'm dating, my friends with benefits who I'm romantic with and sexual with, my lovers who I'm sexual with, my partners who I'm 10 toes down with, satellites who come in and out of my life, and playmates who I play with in the kink and swinging spaces. My life is filled with so many beautiful people who love me, care about me, and all of our relationships are slightly different, but the love is the same. And when it comes to my sexual partners, of course, I am protecting myself by getting tested regularly. I'm currently on PrEP, and I give my partners my test results and we talk about what our sexual experiences are to make sure that everybody involved is protected. Because if I were to do like other lines from certain partners, they have connections to wives or husbands or other partners that they interact with. So yes, it looks like a lot. Yes, I can keep up with it all. Yes, I have calendars. Yes, I make time for all of them. Yes, we communicate. That's a part of being poly. I'm poly as fuck, y'all, but I know that many of you don't understand.
That's a lot.
Oh.
That went viral though.
Why wouldn't it?
That's my point. That's it.
What? Okay. How does that make you feel? Are you married?
No.
How does that make you feel? Honestly, first thought.
Can't trust females.
It'll make you think, wow, she's pretty if I ever seen her.
Nah, absolutely not.
No.
Her
Trying to
looks.
get on that chart, my boy.
Trying to get your own little line on the diagram, huh?
Graph
Put
me.
me
Hold
over
on,
there.
because you ain't had that many on this little circle. How can I get in there right there?
Put me in right there.
Yeah, especially from okay. I'm 39, so I grew up with the thought. What's up? What we talking?
What was that about?
I know, man. Goodness
I thought she
gracious.
about to do the Kim Hart. Damn.
So I'm 39.
I'm 48.
Growing
So
up,
shoot. I look good for 48 though. Watch out.
growing up, the right thing to do was you marry somebody. A man marries a woman. That was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Like that's how we grew up. That's what we saw. There was one person on my block who was gay, and it was almost like that's the house with the person.
What?
Okay. So the reason I'm asking from your 22-year-old perspective is because the world has changed and thoughts have progressed so much.
Yeah.
So when it comes to poly, I'm just trying to like get your 22-year-old perspective of what you just heard.
I think this is a bold take. Everybody has their own opinion on it. Some people relate it back to the Bible and how you're supposed to have multiple wives, and I mean not the Bible, relate it back to their beliefs and how you're supposed to have multiple wives and things like that. My personal opinion, I believe that I think that's how a boy thinks, and I think a man thinks differently. A boy wants this, and this. And what I've realized is sometimes the best place that you can be is tied down with one person. So as it relates to polys and guys wanting all this and that, and I mean, even girls, like that's crazy to me. I thought it was just guys primarily, but even girls, it's just kind of, it's crazy when you think about it. But when I see stuff like that, the first thing I think of is the maturity level of them. That's the first thing that comes to my mind personally.
Okay.
Because somebody that's on their stuff, how do you have time for that? Like, how do you keep up with every single like she listed 40 people. How do you make time in your day to have a conversation with each individual person? I don't think that's possible.
Man, I got work to do, man.
You know what I mean?
You got stuff to do.
Like,
God.
you know what I mean?
Man. I can't.
However, maybe that's her job.
Oh, brother.
She's getting paid from it.
And she probably thinking, yo, how you got time to be out here making money in sales and stuff like that? I got people that take care of me. Look at my little graph.
I wonder if she has a job or if she lives off of them.
I don't know. That's a lot of sex, bro.
He probably has to live
That's
off
a
of them.
lot of. That's a lot of. It's a lot of fluids, though. That's a lot.
Goodness gracious. So is that, yo, what's crazy is, go highlight her again. Go back. Highlight her again. I thought that was her. She looked like, Abigail, you look like her a little bit, but I know that's not you.
Right.
A little bit. Right? Yeah, that's why I double took like, hold on, is that?
She on here?
Right. So what I'm also hearing is, and we get like slayed for it, but it's clickbait, right? So if you create something that intentionally gets people going, they'll say, oh, that's just clickbait. And the answer is yes, right?
That's what marketing is.
Yeah, that's what marketing is.
The marketing is to get you to engage with whatever you're trying to get them to do. So it's like, yeah. I mean, when Snoop Dogg said he was going to stop smoking, that was clickbait.
Yes.
Everybody bought into that. I didn't believe it for 2 seconds. I knew it wasn't. When he came on Fanbase in the audio room, we talked about that, and he was like, "Man, I had people calling me, talking about not now, like because he's in the cannabis space. He's like, his cannabis partner were calling him like, what are you doing? Like, you got so much money tied up in this, man. Not now. He played it, but he did. He's a marketing genius because he played it all the way to the end. He said he had a party at his house. He didn't smoke. Everybody was smoking weed. He was like, and he's like, I got on live and he's like, oh, he must be really serious. Like, and people were like, is anything wrong with cuz? You got cancer? And he was like, people were checking on me. And some people, and then he got Meek Mill and Coyle Ray talking about they were going to stop smoking. That's marketing.
I would feel so dumb if I was them too.
And it happened to be a smokeless stove. It was a smokeless stove, and he was promoting and marketing. It was like, yeah, I'm done with smoking. I mean, but that's it. Like, clickbait is what you want. I think people get bothered that they got sucked into the clickbait when they finally. They're just mad. Yeah. I'm mad you got me.
Right.
It's clickbait because people live in their feelings. I don't get caught. Like I understand that even I'm starting to learn now the way that people even market the blogs. Like I know what a baller alert post looks like. I know what a shade room post looks like. Mm-hmm. I see that Tasha K has got that red background now with the blue bar at the bottom and the writing. So she's starting to get her own create. So now you're developing a style so people know, and then you develop your brand and they know exactly who that is. Mm-hmm. So now they start to so it becomes your news source or whatever. So everything is clickbait. It's all marketing. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be creating engagement. Yeah. The goal is to get people to watch.
Question.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg's on Fanbase?
Yeah.
He's an investor?
Yeah.
I was watching this post. I don't know if he was on a podcast or what, but what post was it? But it was either a post or it was a quote. And I think Mark Zuckerberg said, don't quote me on this. I think Mark Zuckerberg said it, or Snoop Dogg said it. Somebody said it. That Instagram,
he helped blow Instagram up.
He helped blow Instagram up.
Yeah, he helped blow it. He helped blow Instagram up because he was like, because they're early. Snoop's one of those people that he's early on anything new. He'll try to use technology. He's not afraid. He's not going to be like, I'm just going to stay on Facebook and do that. And so he's one of the first people that was on Instagram and brought a lot of people to the platform. But he was like, I had no equity. He's like, I didn't own part of Instagram at that point, and that's the reason. So. That's how I was able, the way I raised money is I gave the general public the ability to invest and own shares in the company. So David has invested, Snoop has invested, other people have invested. I keep most of the investors quiet because, you don't want people to know that you're involved, especially in this side of the game, because people are just haters. They're like, oh, I don't like you, so I'm not going to invest. I don't like this person, so I'm not going to invest or use the platform because I don't like them. So we supposed to pop bottles on the way out. You know what I'm saying? On the exit.
So question. So I like where this is going. So somebody like Snoop Dogg right now, if you were to look at his Instagram page right now, I sometimes call it a theme page because he rarely ever see him post himself. He just reposting videos.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, what would that look like for somebody like Snoop Dogg, in the sense of monetizing his page on Fanbase? What would he post? Am I answering that question right?
Yeah. No. We have that. Well, there's a couple things. I've kind of told a lot of the people that have invested, I've kind of told them to kind of lay low, and there's the bigger celebrities, because I don't want it to be about celebrity. I want it to be about community. So it's like a party. It's like I appreciate when Snoop comes on and when he does that, but he doesn't. First of all, he's a busy person. He ain't got time to be on there all day long. Yeah. I need people that are invested in Fanbase as a platform, as a community, and then so it's building the platform from the ground up. So it's not starting from the biggest celebrity, because this is another thing. All these other social media platforms do that, which is they'll come up with a feature and a functionality, and then they'll pay a bunch of people to use it, and nobody uses it. You can't do that. It's like the whole Facebook got out the AI likenesses of Kylie Jenner to be the people, or like Amp on Amazon had Candy, Jason Lee, Joe Budden, Young Boy, and Nick Cannon, and the platform still went bust, and they were paying all of them. You can't buy audience. You have to build community. So when you try to pay creators to come on your platform, that don't work. That's not. You have the people that just organically be there, and then when they feel left out of the conversation or the party, then that's when they pull up. It's like, well, wait a minute, Fanbase kind of popping now. I need to go over there and see what's going on, as opposed to just sitting on the outside. And plus, Snoop is older, and I really built Fanbase for a younger generation of people. I built Fanbase for your generation. I built I'm 48. I'm of the Instagram generation. I'm not even of the TikTok generation. I want to be the successor to the TikTok. I'm not trying to compete with TikTok, even though they're going to see what we're doing and desperately try to stay relevant based off what we do, because every platform gets old and stale. Every platform is made relevant by the generation that makes it relevant. So I'm just like, I'm playing the long game. I'm not trying to go directly at Instagram or directly at TikTok. I'm trying to create a different mindset that your content has value. You should be able to reach everybody. Everybody's their own channel. It's fun. We got innovative functionality that we're building right now that we haven't put out yet because we know they're gonna steal it. So I'm just playing the long game,
I want to ask this question real quick. If you all right, so I think there's value in being early on a platform, especially now with Fanbase. And y'all, this isn't like a paid promotion for Fanbase. I genuinely love what's happening, and it's really dope. So I think finding a platform on, let's say, Instagram or whatever, you are a needle in a haystack. But you can build a true following of people on something new. I think there was a lot of people who built a big following when Clubhouse was new because, we're a small community, and as it grows, I become one of the staples. And I think that's what you're doing with Fanbase now.
That's what I did on Clubhouse to raise money for a Fanbase. That was my plan. I did that on purpose.
But expand on that.
So I got invited to Clubhouse in August of 2020. When I got there were only 4,000. It was still in beta. So there were only 4,000 people on the platform because it was invite only. And I got there.
And how many people are on Fanbase right now?
There's about 600,000. So there was only 4,000 people on Clubhouse at the time. And so I had been accepted to raise money on Start Engine, but you can't say that you're raising money until the raise is live. So my raise wasn't going live until like October 29th. So from August, September, and all of October, I got on Clubhouse, and then I started inviting everybody famous that I knew. I said, I'm going to blow this app up. I said, I'm going to invite Snoop Dogg and Van Lathan and Charlemagne and Jermaine Dupri and Sean Garrett and everybody. And I said, when I invite those people, they're going to invite those people. And that's how the Meek Mills and the Meezies and the 21 Savages ended up on Clubhouse. And I said, I'm going to wait for somebody to say it. And I'm like, somebody said it one day and go, here we go. We're about to blow up another platform we don't own. And I was like, Birdman hands. Here we go. And then I went back the day that my raise launched. I opened up a room on Clubhouse and said, I didn't have audio at the time. And that was another reason. I didn't have audio at the time, but I was like, well, you can invest in this platform, on part of this platform. That first $50,000 to $60,000 worth of investment came off of Clubhouse. It got the ball rolling because people were like, okay. Because I was like, if we can do that here, we can do that there. The only reason why I built audio is because during that process, myself and Fadia Cater, who came on, and she started bringing all the music people with her. So it was between me and Fadia, we brought the culture to the app. And then Clubhouse got to 1 million users very, very fast. And then they raised $100 million at a $1 billion valuation. And they didn't allow any of those first 1 million people to invest.
Wow.
So I leaned to my CTO and said, we're about to build audio rooms. Because I was like, if that's the case, then everybody just move to Fanbase, buy a part of the company, and take this conversation over there. But it didn't work out that way because, again, for whatever reason, we tend to hate on ourselves in our community because it's simple. It's just simple mathematics. And I mean, it's like black culture plus social media equals $1 billion company. Like there's no, that's the formula. Black culture plus social media platform equals $1 billion company. So I'm like, okay, well then I'll just build the infrastructure. I won't join the platform and make the little scraps off the top, which can be can be millions. The scraps can be millions, but Facebook has a market cap of like $890 billion. That's the play. It's to eventually own a company that's worth $500 billion, but as a black person, because now with $500 billion as a black person and investors like you that will see a significant return on their investment. Now we all can go and start investing in other businesses and reach on that. And then so then I'm just, and I say this, and I'm not trying to be controversial, but I'm tired of I want to be able to do things like Marvel fired Jonathan Majors, and the next day I say, oh, I just signed Jonathan Majors to a 10-picture, $25 million deal to do movies on Fanbase. You're not finna cancel us. Like, you not. Like, it's not finna happen. You're not finna ostracize and say, oh, is his career over in Hollywood? No, because his Hollywood is Hollywood is in the palm of your hand now. Hollywood is in the palm of your hand right now, and there's nothing you can do. And the minute that we put a subscription button on social media, I don't think people understand that there's nothing in between you and 6.8 billion people on the planet with a smartphone.
Love that.
That's my goal.
So my question for you too, and then you guys your question. Actually, I got another question. Van Lathan is your friend.
Yeah.
So he said something on that Baller Alert post, and I didn't like it.
No,
I didn't know who he was.
I knew who you were talking about when you said it. That's why I commented, because that was the one with him and Ebro on it.
Yeah. I still don't know like who he is, but I know he's a famous person.
Van used to be on TMZ. He's the one that went off on Kanye. Remember Kanye? He was like, I don't know you, and I'm whatever. And then he eventually got fired because he got into an altercation with somebody at the company over some racial stuff. And now he has
got you.
So now he has Higher Learning podcast with Rachel Lindsay.
Okay.
So yeah, but yeah, I know. Yeah,
Van
Van.
said something. We got to stop letting these fake scenarios live. I was like, who are you?
So, but he was speaking to the. So that's what I meant by gaslighting. Because what it does is it creates division amongst our community. It is clickbait. It creates engagement, but the byproduct of that is us. What we were talking about last night is us going at each other, as opposed to focusing on building together. Which is why I say I'm not heavily invested into sports.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, Van, I forgive you.
Yeah.
This was my question. You are brand new. You are like, you don't have no influence. You just got a job. You never really worked out on TikTok, never really worked out on Instagram. And you're saying, I'm going to come on. I want to get your opinion too, because we were just having a conversation similar to this. I'm going to come on Fanbase or any platform, and I want to be somebody. I want to go somewhere. I want to wake up and pay attention. I'm going to start my account today. What the heck do we do to build some influence? And either one of you can answer this question.
It depends. Do you want to be, are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert? Do you want to show your face? Do you not want to show your face? What are you into? What aren't you into? And once you have the answer to those questions, you kind of have the roadmap to what you want to be about. So for example, one of our brands, Black Wealth, it's all about Black success and entrepreneurship. It's something that I'm actively interested in. It's something I'm actively into. I'm involved in. So we're constantly posting stories of Black success, Black entrepreneurship, and we're constantly doing that every single day. And I think today is actually this is my personal opinion. I think it's easier today to build a brand than it was 4, 5, 6 years ago because of social media, because of the landscape of how it is right now, because of, their artificial intelligence, because of how their systems work. So to answer your point, it all depends on the type of person. It depends on the type of person. What are you into? And are you going to show up? Are you going to show up every single day? Are you going to post every single day? And above all else, are you going to actually build a cult-like following, a fan base, honestly? And the person that can build this fan base, the person that can build this cult-like following is going to be the person that wins in the end. You can post meaningless content all day and build 1 million followers of people who care less about you, or you can build up 100,000 solid, loyal followers who are going to ride with you till the wheels fall off. And it all depends on what you're trying to build. What are you going for? And once you understand that, just give more of what your people want than more so of what you want to give. Okay.
All right. And I know you got to run, Mr. Hayes.
Oh yeah.
Go for. I'm a nobody. I mean, everybody's somebody.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I think people have to ask themselves an honest question. The first question you need to ask yourself in making content, anybody out here that wants to get into the content creation space, is: do you want to be rich? Do you want to be famous, or do you want to be both? And that's really because most people, the easier thing to do is to become famous. It's a lot easier to become famous than it is to become rich.
100%. Social
media proves that. I know people with 13 million TikTok followers that everybody knows, but they living in their car.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So people, the low hanging fruit is fame, and then people try to take fame and then turn that into money.
Yeah.
So most people that come to Fanbase initially are looking at, okay, how come I don't get as much engagement on here? Where's my engagement? My videos aren't getting enough views. So it's like, okay, you want to be famous. We're not at the famous. That's not what this is over here. This is just, we're building community. If you want to monetize that community and make some money, but we're turning into an engagement platform because that increases the volume of people that are still there to be able to purchase that content. So most people have to decide whether or not they want to be rich or they want to be famous. And what social media has been teaching people the last 20 years is the way to wealth is through fame. I'm teaching a different perspective. The way to wealth is directly to your fan base, directly to consumers. Like bypass all that other stuff. Bypass, like it's like the mixtape game. It's like if Outkast had to give away their first 4 albums for free before they were able to afford to put out Speaker Box and The Love Below, then we wouldn't have that great content. Yeah. But they were selling their music from the moment that they put it out. That's why the mixtape era was so detrimental. That's why content creators, people get depressed, they get burnout. Like a lot of people, because for every successful content creator that becomes famous, that's what I was trying to tell Donnie last night, is there 100,000 that die on the hill.
Yeah.
And you don't, and what we do is we take the exceptions and make them the rules, and they're not. So for every Drewski, there's 100,000 people trying to be Drewski. Yep. And then when you don't become Drewski, you get depressed. Yeah. You know, you quit your job, you move to LA, think, okay, I'm gonna be a star, and it's like, and then you have to fall back and you feel like I'm a failure and life didn't work out the way I wanted it to, and XYZ, and I'm like, that's so hard that it plays on people like that. And social, that is the kind of like the ugly side of social media. Those are the casualties of the people that want to become famous. Because I've seen so many creators do that. I used to tell them all the time, I was like, don't move to LA. I was having a conversation with I was having a conversation with some creators the other day, and they was like, yeah, I'm thinking of moving to LA. And I'm like, look, everybody that moves to LA disappears. They fall off.
Come back.
Yeah. But I mean, but they lose momentum.
Yeah.
Like there's creators I know right now, I won't name their names, but they were really popular, and then they thought they were going to go to Hollywood and get in movies and TV and film because people are chasing fame. And it's like, yo, man, you could just have this small group of people. Cause I say this, like, and there's a huge wealth gap. People don't understand the huge wealth gap in this country. The average American salary is between $47,000 and $60,000 a year. The average, right? When we get them into the 6-figure range, when women say, I want a man that makes 6 figures and all that, I mean, we're getting into like the 10% of all Americans, women, black, white, now if you take black people, then you crunching it down to like 3% of all black people. And then if you're a woman, you got to cut that in half. So it's like 1.5%. So you looking for a man that makes 6 figures, good luck. Like, because everybody's chasing those scenarios. But I say this though, but when you take it in terms of social media, 5,000 people paying you $2.50 a month is $12,500 a month, $150,000 a year. That's more than 97% of Americans. It's just 5,000 people. I don't need 30. I need 5,000 people, and I can be living a upper middle class lifestyle. Man. I have a great home, a nice car. I don't have to go to work every day. I got 5,000 people that pay me $2.50 a month for a year. That's incredible. That's the real economy of the future. It's small groups of audience. That's like small fan bases. Now, when we get into people like Kevin Hart and The Rock, you're talking about billions. You're talking about they're gonna make billions a year. It's gonna be some really rich people, really, really fast, like Kai. And when the subscription game kick in, that's why I'm sitting here like I'm just amazed at the fact that people don't understand how much money is out there. Like they don't like. It's multi-trillions of dollars. It's like it's the most, and the method in which you're going to be able to leverage that capital. Yeah. So The Rock is going to be able to take his 1.6 billion that he makes off just the 19 million subscribers out of his 369 million that he has on Instagram, and say, oh, I'm going to take of this 1.6 billion, I'm going to take 200 million and just shoot my own movie and put it on my Fanbase page. I might throw it in AMC for a couple of weeks and get that box off money. I throw it right on my Fanbase page and subscribe. And the money and now it's like it's growing right back in or Beyonce will be able to say, well, I'm making about 20 million a month off my Fanbase page. How about I take 100 fans with vacation on me to Hawaii, all expenses paid, and I do a private concert for them? How many people do you think are going to subscribe to Beyonce once their friends get back from vacation with Beyonce and they posting all the videos on the internet like, listen to me with Beyonce kicking it? They're going to subscribe. It's going to create like a brand. It's going to aren't you going to? I'm going to subscribe to Mercedes-Benz on Fanbase for $4.99 a month when they get that first G-Wagon away. Unsubscribed. I'm not going to not subscribe. You tripping. $4.99 a month for life to be able to say, yo, I know somebody that want a G-Wagon.
Yeah, so let me bring it back in.
Yeah.
I work at FedEx. Mm-hmm. I want to be both rich and famous. Mm-hmm. I sign up on Fanbase or whatever platform. Mm-hmm. What do I do today?
Today you well, first of all, you recognize where your audience is. So if you're young and what you're into, you find your niche. So you find, is it Discord? Is it TikTok? Is it Instagram? I think if you want to be famous, then sign up on every social media platform and use them all, right? If you want to be rich, once you built that fame, you funnel them and convert those people into paid subscribers.
Got it.
So that's the goal. If you want to be, but again, the hard thing to do, and this is the psychology of it all, is a lot of people it's hard to let go of the fame. I'm telling you, because the common sense solution literally is fan base. That's the common sense solution. It's without a doubt, but it's so hard for people. But the first thing people say is, man, I don't have any followers on here. I don't have any engagement. I'm like, but this one picture that you posted, somebody gave you 300 loves and you made $1.50 off that and you have 17 followers. You've been on Instagram for 13 years and haven't made one dime, but yet you still care about the following. Yeah. That's the thing about it. They're not, the light bulb hasn't gone off yet. That's what I mean by people thinking silos. 99% of the people on the planet, the light bulb hasn't gone off about subscriptions yet. The ones that do are the Kaisanats, are the podcasters, are the OnlyFans models. It's the bad babies. It's the people that are like, oh yeah, we way over here. Like, y'all can make fun of it if you want to, but Bad Baby made $70 million in 2 years. And again, that's more than Megan, Lotto, Cardi, Nicki, Doja, but they're still putting out songs. They're going on tour and all that. And she's just sitting at home pressing buttons and watching the money flow in. Imagine like that's what I mean by silos. It's like the common sense solution is subscription content. Like everybody is a television network.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, you were about to say something. I'm so sorry, bro. Like when I have these questions in my head, it's hard for me to not ask them. You were about to say something.
I completely
forgot. 20 minutes ago.
And
I apologize.
I forgot it. I'll be honest.
I got to get his information though, because a couple things. You understand marketing. You're young. You're successful, and there's something that you know that I don't know that can help me build fan base. There's value in that. I find value in like that's in I think that's extremely important, because all I do is learn from people. I say I'm a big idea guy. I know what the color's supposed to look like, how fast the notification's supposed to go up. You know what I mean? Like I know that kind of stuff. But and I'm a psychological person, but we all of us even with this, like there's a multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar. I'm counting your pockets. You might already be there, but I'm saying in this. It's taking this and duplicating this in 7 cities around the country and monetizing it and providing an opportunity for people to do that. Like that's what I went over. You've been to the Union down there on the Beltline, the fitness. So it's a fitness hub, but it's basically a gym for fitness influencers to train their clients, but also create content. It's really dope. And I went down there and met with them because the fitness space. I've been talking to the fitness creators. All they know how to do is train the clients that they physically have in person. They don't know how to turn that into a virtual. They don't know how to Billy Blanks that shit. Once they Billy Blanks that shit, it's a wrap.
Isaac.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, Billy Blanks that stuff. Yeah, okay. But once they figure out how to Billy Blanks it, it's a wrap. Once they figure out how to Taibo it, it's like, yo, because the cool thing about that is fitness influencers, number one, it's positive because it's healthy. They look good. Yeah. So they got the boys got the greasy abs, they got the 6-pack, and the girls got the oily skin, and they looking all good in the booty so it's like they already are attractive. They're training people, and there's money in that. There's so much money in fitness, creative. And I keep getting sent these these little blurs about how like Patreon is partnering with. I mean, I'm sorry, Peloton's partnering with TikTok, and they're like, yeah, we need to do this because it's like that. No one's really capitalized. There's a void there. A lot of these trainers don't know. All they know how to do is do the classes in the big gym with a lot of people. It's cool, and they're making money. Don't get it twisted. That's a subscription, right? But my point is, when you take it virtual, when you leave the physical confines, this gym can only hold 100 members, right? But when I can train 100,000 people and still make the same money, that's where you're scaling your. That's why I was like, 99% of people, the light bulb hadn't gone off yet. When it does, we're going to be right here, like, and it's going to happen fast. And it's like, oh, okay, now it's going to be in the young, and people his age, your age are the ones that I'm telling you, they're going to be looking at you like how when you see like, if you look from Bill Russell to Steph Curry, what's Steph Curry's contract? I can't even think of it. Like, okay, or if you're a baseball player, if you go from Satchel Paige to old boy that they just did the $700 million contract for the Dodgers. Yeah, like that's how mad they're gonna be. Like, Pete Rose, them people looking at them old baseball players are like, he's making $700 million to pitch. They were paying me $175,000 a season. He's got a $700 million. That's how they're gonna be looking at Kai.
One thing I will say too, we were talking about it earlier before we hopped on. We were talking about entrepreneurs as a whole, but your ability to adapt. The thing about the social media space is you have to adapt quick. Because things happen really, really, really fast. And to add to your point, the people that adapt the quickest are going to be the people that benefit the most. Like, for example, there was this one thing that was going on. I'm pretty sure you've seen it, but everybody all of a sudden started becoming what is it called? They started becoming live streamers, but not just doing live streams at home. They started doing it like in public. IRL, that's what they call it, IRL streams. But there's little trends like this that you have to constantly catch on to. And if you can constantly stay ahead of the curve, if you can constantly see what's working for other people, and you could do it in a way where your fans still love the content, you're forever going to win. Kai, he's forever going to win. He's in the front of the movement of these creators that are doing it. I think he started the whole, I could be wrong, but in the black community, I'm a firm believer that I think he's the person that started the whole Twitch thing. You know who
started the whole Twitch thing?
Who?
Soulja Boy and Bow Wow.
I was going to say Soulja.
Get Soulja. Soulja Boy, because here's the reason why. They were on Justin TV. You remember Justin TV?
Justin LeBoy?
No, it's called Justin TV. It was so the first streaming platforms were Ustream. And you should know this.
Was I born?
I remember Justin TV.
Yeah, you were around. So the first streaming platforms were like Ustream and Justin TV. But what happened was, but Justin TV created a video game arm of Justin TV, and that was Twitch.
Wow.
But Soulja Boy and Bow Wow were on Justin TV first.
Wow.
I
did not know
that. And my point is, if they had equity in that, you know what I'm saying? If they had equity in that, and that's the point that I'm saying is like, we create, like they're the ones that got those platforms popping. Like everything that becomes popular, we make it popular. But when you draw the line all the way back to, well, who owns this? Like Tubi is a black culture phenomenon. Who owns Tubi?
I don't know.
Y'all see, what I'm going to task you with every time that something happens, just draw a line back to the source. Go say who owns Tubi.
Tubi is an American over-the-top content platform, ad-supported stream service owned by Fox Corporation.
Rupert Murdoch.
Oh, wow. Fox owns terrible programming?
Yeah, but we blowing it up, yeah. So, but here's the point. Here's the point, though. But when it's time to legislate for affirmative action or women's productive rights, Fox is lobbying against you. So you want Tubi blowing up a company that takes that money and then hands it to Congress and say, now don't give these black people jobs.
Isn't Tubi?
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That's the point that I'm saying is that we don't think about it like that. Yeah. We don't have that thought.
Oh my God.
Tubi is a predominantly black.
I think it's like 37% of Tubi is black viewers. 37%.
But the actual movies on there, aren't they curated and created by black creators?
I think they only highlight the black bad ones. Hold on one second. We got a caller. We got a caller in.
Black bad ones. Lord fix it. All right, y'all. We have Rennie on the line.
Rennie or Remy?
Rennie.
Rennie. What's up, Rennie?
You are live with David on Free Smoke.
What up?
What's up, y'all? What's up? How y'all feeling today?
Blessed, man. Blessed. Thanks for calling in.
No doubt. Thanks for having me. So my question, the two piece is interesting, so I want y'all to continue with that. But my question is, how do you build community, right? It's really hard to go from being the little guy, quote unquote, to having those eyeballs and those bodies looking at you.
Well, I think for what I tell people is the places that the fastest way to build community, in my opinion now, is audio. Is to create create a community. So Fanbase, we have camps, so we have audio camps. So you can create a camp around a particular subject. So I got a Call of Duty camp, or people have camps like the Jewish community has a camp, or we got like the Nigerians, like Nigeria has a camp, Ghana vibes, love and relationships. So you can build a camp around a specific topic, and then people that have those like-minded interests will join your camp, and then you start to build that community and scale and about those conversations because people like talking to other people and interesting and meeting new people and stuff like that. I think it's harder with content because there's just so much of it. But when you're in a room and somebody says something cool that you like, you're like, I'm gonna follow you. I like what you say. I like what you talk about. I like what you're into. We're into the same things, and you'll be able to join that community and build. So for me, if you're looking to build community, you have to actually create a community. So that could be a Facebook group, that could be a Twitter, whatever it is on X, a group on there, or creating content and then creating playlists on YouTube, like specific content around a theme. If you want to build community, I would start with something specific and then scale that from there.
I would say, to add to that, it goes back to three things, right? Because that's kind of my bread and butter, building these communities of Faceless pages on Instagram, and it comes back to three things. Number one is consistency. Number two is entertainment. How can you entertain your audience, whether it's the valuable information you post or whether it's you being funny, whatever your form of giving them entertainment and making them come back time and time again. How can you be consistent? How can you give them the entertainment they want? And most importantly, can you showcase your appreciation for them, show love, constantly reach back out to them, thank them, and things like that? Because when you interact with these people, social media is kind of crazy when you think about it. It's just, social media is not even a real thing. When you really, really think about it, I'm literally taking a picture on my phone in this random place. You don't even know where I am, and you're seeing it on your phone no matter where you are in the world. Like, we may never see each other in the world, but because of social media, it connected us two together. So in terms of building community, it goes back down to three things. Consistency, showing up every single day. You can't build a solid, strong community if at one point in time you were never consistent with them to begin with. Number two is entertainment. How are you going to give them value? How are you going to say, yo, I want to watch this? There's obviously some form of entertainment on this podcast for you to tap back into it every single week. And the third form is showing love, appreciation. I mean, really, really think about it. The super chats, we're shouting you guys out. We're thanking you guys. That's how you build it. This is a live example of how to build a community. And it boils back down to those three things, if that's something you're looking forward to doing.
For sure.
Yeah, engaging. I want to show you something that's very interesting. And when we have these conversations, I always like when the universe throws nuggets back at me in real time. Uh-huh. So I just talked about Tubi probably about 3-4 minutes ago. Mm-hmm. I want you to read this text message I got, and I got it at 4:00. Mm-hmm. So we've been talking. I haven't looked at my phone in a good minute, but I want you to read it. I want you to read who it's from, and I want you to read the headline.
Okay. So read who it's from.
Uh-huh.
And then, Roland Martin.
Right.
And he said, well, just read the actual clip.
Yeah.
Yes. Guess what, Black America? A lot of y'all are going crazy over Tubi. Guess who you are making rich? Fox and Rupert Murdoch. The same thing.
And see, we don't think about the collateral impact of making certain things popular.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're still on Twitter right now, you're making Elon wealthier, who wants to end diversity and inclusion. Diversity, equity, inclusion. You see what I'm saying? So my thought behind that is if we don't start building infrastructures, we're always going to be creating collateral impact against ourselves because we don't own it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We don't like Tubi's like, so while you laughing at that movie on Tubi, that money is going to Congress to lobby against your self-interest. And we don't, and nobody takes time to think about the world because we live so like local and granular. And I get it. Life happens in real time. You want to be entertained. It's like, oh yeah. And then you write it off as, well, my one little view is not going to matter. But it's like collectively we're seeing it because now we sharing it on social media. Yeah. And now the Tubi movie where the girl's wig is one way and it's the next way becomes the thing. And then everybody goes and watches it on Tubi. And now Tubi's got a bunch, they got a bunch of new partners and everybody wants to put their movies on Tubi. And it's like, yeah, but they're working against your self-interest on the back end. Yeah, we got to really start drawing lines to that. That's the thing that was really, really, it's like how Blackstone and Vanguard, everybody talking about Blackstone and Vanguard. It's like they're trying to turn America into a rental property. Like they're going around buying up all the houses through shell corporations. And now they're trying to rent you houses. That's why the housing market is so jacked up. It's like, because BlackRock and Vanguard go and buy like 35% of the houses in the city. Collectively, and then they price you out and they go, oh, but we'll rent this home to you. But it's like, so you got to understand, it's like, okay, who's working against you? So so if you're supporting BlackRock and Vanguard, you're helping them build their wealth to make sure that you never have a home, to have equity. If you're not thinking about life like that, and again, I'm not saying that I thought like that when I was his age, but I'm here to tell him so he can start thinking like that 20 years before I did.
Yeah, makes sense.
You see what I'm saying?
Makes sense. Man, yo, such a conversation. Goodness gracious. Is she here on a question about the community? Okay. All right, cool. So good question, man. And I know you got to dip, so whenever you got to leave.
I got a jet, but man, give me your info, man.
Make sure y'all connect.
I want you to come by the Fanbase office and really see, what's going on. Because I think there's an opportunity here.
If you are... if you have another question, we'll take maybe like one more question. Call in. We love to hear from you. A very important conversation on how we actually view this thing that is ruling our lives. I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do without social media. There's not a whole lot you can build without social media. It's just a part of our lives that I think it's our job and our responsibility to understand how it works, but also there's someone that's going to capitalize. I'm just asking you to get your piece of the pie. I know I'm getting my piece of the pie, for sure. And especially when it comes to building community, you have to be somebody who's bold enough to build a community, though, first off. Like, we want to build, I think when people think community, they think, I want to build a group of people who pay me every month.
Nah, that's not what it is.
That's not community.
That's not community.
Yeah, no.
That's a business, and I'm not mad at the business, but you have to truly get a group of people. First off, you have to care about something in other people. You have to care about something, whether it's your political position or whether it's entrepreneurship. I deeply, truly care about entrepreneurship, and there's not one human being on this earth that can show me any facts or anything in my closet that says anything different. I started being a full-time entrepreneur October 1st, 2012. And since then, I've been galvanizing a community of people. If you came to my kiosk, even if you didn't buy a shirt, we was going to talk about entrepreneurship for 45 minutes to an hour. They was going to sit there and have a conversation. People remember, I still got the footage. We go to these random hole-in-the-wall bars, and I say, yo, I'm about to get some of my mentors to come by, buy a ticket, $10. We about to talk entrepreneurship. I'm going to introduce you to some people that helped me become full-time entrepreneur. There was no pitch at the end. I didn't even know what a pitch was. It was just, hey, buy some wings because the bar's going to give me a little kickback off them wings. I wanted to make a couple dollars. But we've been building an entrepreneurial community for as long as I can remember in this space, but because I really cared about a topic and I really cared about the people. I wanted people to win. It's never really been about me. That's why I'm in this space of podcasting and I don't do stuff alone, and it's not just me talking and talking and talking, showing you that I'm the most brilliant person in the world. I invite people to the couch, and I want to have conversations with people. And we have the morning meetup where we're joined with people every single morning. We're building a true community. So I think we got to get out of the mindset. I want to build a community so that when I drop a product, people buy my stuff. It's a good reason. But I'm asking you to care about find out something that you truly care about, something that you're passionate about, where you invite people to this room because you're a movie enthusiast. But if nobody comes, you still watch the movie because you love this stuff. But there are going to be some people that will come watch the movie with you this week, and you'll have a conversation. Then it will grow. And forget the insecurities. You have to really, really care about helping people in something. And I think once you look at it from that perspective, the passion that you have for the thing and the people will show, and you'll stop being so afraid to invite people to gather with you.
You know what's crazy? Everything you're saying is true, and I knew you. I don't want to say middle school, but I want to say high school for sure, early high school. I remember Cumberland Mall, walking past the Sleepers for Suckers brand.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I never bought anything, but I would like.
It's all good.
I
would talk to you though.
I would just walk past. I would walk past. You know, sometimes whoever you would have manning it, you know, sometimes they'll hound you down, but other times they wouldn't. But it's crazy when I think about it, how it comes full circle. Sleepers for Suckers. I remember the saying on the shirt, "Sleepers for Suckers," and that's how, when you really think about it, you have been doing this entrepreneur community for a while. Like, sleep is for suckers. Entrepreneurs, like, keep on working. You don't deserve sleep.
That one phrase has conflict in the marketing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, well, what do you mean? Am I not working hard enough? I work hard. I'm on the grind.
For sure.
Like, because you put the word sucker, so it's like, I'm sleeping, I'm a sucker.
Right.
God damn, I need to get up then. I need to get up and hustle then.
Right. Yeah, it was so funny because there was so many people, and primarily people that were extremely educated. They were saying, this is not a healthy way of living.
Right.
You have to get some sleep.
Right.
But none of my successful mentors ever warned me, hey man, you better stop pushing that message. You better start working hard. You better rest for 8 hours a day. No one ever warned me other than the teachers or the person who had been in corporate forever. They're like, you can't live like that. And the fact that we had that pushback where I think if you're going to build something successfully, you have to lean to the side and stay on that side and stop jumping back and forth to appease the people who don't like your side. If you're going to build something big, for me, I just understand, like, we have to lean to this is what I believe in, and nobody can take me off of that. But now social media, because when you lean, there's so many negative comments that come, it makes your very next post clean it up. And you can't build something big that way.
I don't clean nothing up. I said what I said.
I said
what I said. It was said, and I said it. Now, but your statement is still true, though. I would just amend it. Sleep is for suckers for people under 30.
Hey, listen,
because he can stay up 24 hours. Like, I remember, because I remember like, as a producer, we would go, like, I would go to the studio, and then I would leave the studio and the sun's coming up, and then go home and sleep till like 10:30, then get right back up and go to the studio.
Yep.
All of my 20s.
Yep.
And then what happens is you take one good stint outside of like nightlife. Mm-hmm. And then you realize I'm too old for this ish.
100%, bro.
I'm Danny Glover.
Hey, listen,
I am done.
I ain't been screaming that since I had children, brother. Since I got married,
I'm too old.
I ain't been screaming that. I got married, and I was like, yo, I'm mad sleepy, bro. Yeah. I want to go home and go to sleep with my wife. Forget all that grinding and hustling.
Once you stop moving for 1 second
and lay down,
and you cherish your rest. Because I was actually surprised. You know what's so funny is, I was laughing last night because we were on live, and I started laughing. I was like, he said, "I am going to bed." I was like, "Oh, Sleepers for Suckers is going to bed at midnight? What's going on? What happened?"
Yo, I would have changed my name, bro. It's just too late. I'm too invested. I'm here.
Sleepers for Suckers. He's going to.
They be having midnight thoughts and sending out blast text messages.
Who, me?
You.
When?
Cynthia will attest.
That might be Cynthia. Listen to me. Unless it's like now I go to sleep later. I go to sleep earlier now, and I wake up earlier now.
Yeah.
So yeah, very bro.
Creative people always had that. You're always ideas will torment you.
Yeah.
And you have to get them out. And I had to learn. You have to learn to do that. Though you have to learn to separate. Like I don't work at home.
Yeah.
So my laptop.
I recently stopped doing that too because I realized that whenever I'm at home, your bed is right there.
Yeah.
Kitchen's right there.
Bro, you know what takes me out of my sleep is not the dream, bro. It's my daughter's knee and my back. Both my kids still sleep in our bed, man. And I can't
How old are they?
figure out 1 and 2.
Oh, okay. Well, you got another 5 years, 6 years of that.
6 years.
I was sleeping in my bed. My mom was like 5, 6 years old.
My boy said his child is 9.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got at least 5 more years of that. Before you be like, you got a nice bedroom. I want to come sleep in the bed with you.
Look, man, thank y'all so much for joining the Free Smoke Conversation. We're here every Friday. So we were doing it historically at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We tried it a little bit later this week, doing 3 p.m. We're going to keep polling y'all. Let's find out, should we do it at 12? Should we do it at 3? Either way, we are going to do it, man. So please let everybody know how they can connect with y'all. If y'all got anything coming up that they can support, let us know. Go ahead, Ty.
Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Taijaun, Taijaun. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
There we go. You ain't got nothing coming up?
I got something coming up. If you guys want to learn how to build, scale, and grow Faceless Instagram theme pages, for all my introverts out there, maybe somebody's looking for a side hustle they can do on the side. Having a free workshop this week. Tap the link in my bio, and definitely tap in. And then we have this private 5-day live event where we're going to be bringing on some of the biggest Faceless Instagram theme pages on to give you guys game, teach you guys how they made 7 and some even 8 figures from Faceless brands on social media. That challenge actually starts on Monday. If you want to tap into that, igmoneychallenge.com is the place to go.
I'm going to tell Neo you almost didn't do it. He's going to be Neo is a monster. Isaac Hayes, talk to us, man.
I'm just at Isaac Hayes 3 on Fanbase and all other socials, but I'm primarily on Fanbase. Download that on iOS and Android. Make a profile. We got a lot of stuff coming in 2024. Some things I can't talk about. Some things I can. The things that I can talk about, like I said, is 24-hour live, meaning it'll just be a feed of lives that stay open for everybody on the platform. Audio rooms that are on the web, so you can listen to audio rooms inside the app and outside the app for free. Live streaming for gaming, and then there's a lot of other things that are coming. Yeah, we're gonna once we kick into that, because that's what the younger people want. So I'm building that. So, and again, like Fanbase is it's infrastructure. So I always say that it's a difference between Instagram and all these other platforms, that there's somebody behind the platform that understands the effect that Black culture has on social media and will use that success or that positivity or that economic value to redistribute it back to the community as opposed to work against it. So that's just check it. Just in the next couple of months, you'll hear some really big partnerships and some really big announcements, and some really big people are coming to Fanbase. I'm just not saying it till they over there and they kicked in, but I definitely want to see Social Proof over there more. I think we can help with that. 'Cause I don't even think the last time I did the show, we didn't have Plus on web, but now Plus is like on web, so it's like a YouTube kind of like it feels like YouTube. That you can watch
like
it.
A weekly show or something.
Yeah,
I'm gonna build a theme page on there. See what?
Oh yeah,
I'm build a theme page over there.
Absolutely.
I'm bringing my followers from Black Wealth, and then I don't want to say this might be a play for somebody who's gonna steal it.
No, don't say it then, because they steal everything. Tell me, text me afterwards or whatever. They don't, like that's the thing. I mean, I can't. Yeah, we gotta think about infrastructure. Like if you're not building infrastructure, it's you behind. We got to start building infrastructure. We got to start building stuff on top of other people's platforms, and then when they kick Sean King off, everybody's like, "Well," but like he ain't on the platform. And they kick Boosie off, or they crushed Super Ray 14K, or they demonetized. Like somebody's like they demonetized. Like I saved this screenshot just to show people how how even Instagram will threaten to shadow ban you and tell you to their face. Some of this post, I'm gonna read this post the other day. This joint was hilarious. It says, "This post could limit your account's reach with non-followers. Your post may go against our recommendation guidelines. This could impact your account's reach on Reels, feed recommendations, explore, search, or suggested accounts to people who don't follow you." Dang! If that ain't content suppression, dang!
Yeah, nah, it's crazy.
That is crazy.
At least they told you though. At least they told whoever that was though.
I mean, Instagram said that's the message they give you. It's like they send you this message.
Yeah. There's this new way too. You can check to see if you're actually shadow banned on the app.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Somewhere in your settings. Let me see if I can actually find it. And this is a way that
check to see if you're shadow banned.
You can check to see if you're shadow banned. So if you go to your settings, click your profile, click the 3 lines in the top right hand section. Once you're there, you want to click. Now it depends on the type of account you have too. Once you're there, you're gonna want to click. Where is it? I'm on the spot, so obviously I'm probably not going. Oh, there it goes. You scroll down and click account status, and look at this. My Taijaun account is good. It's green money. Like it's just all green check marks.
I ain't got no account status. Where do I go?
So click settings and privacy
at
the top. Scroll all the way to the bottom. After clicking settings and privacy.
Account status.
Account status.
Yeah,
you're good. See.
Oh yeah.
But you got use. Let's make.
Let's do this one more time. I'm sorry. I'm late. Go to Instagram. Go to settings.
Go to settings and privacy.
Settings and privacy.
Scroll all the way down. This is account status. It'll tell you if you're shadow banned or not.
Account status.
Actually, a buddy of mine, his account was shadow banned, and
so it'll let you see you're demonetized, what features you can't use.
Exactly, and it'll tell you if it's not showing your. It'll tell you straight up if it's not showing your post to new users.
I don't think it's going to do that. It's 100% not showing our post to users.
Yeah, they doing that on GP.
100%.
Yeah.
That just might be letting you know that you violated.
Like if you violated, like clearly violated, they're gonna tell you. But that doesn't mean that they're not doing it behind the scenes 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
No, they crushing us.
Well, look, man, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Do yourself a favor. One, hit the subscribe button. If you've been watching this whole time and you got some value, hit the subscribe button, okay? Also, there's a little button that you could join. For as little as $4.99, you can support your favorite show, okay? We deliver more content, more fresh content than anybody that I know, okay? This isn't, I do a long video on Monday, and then I chop that video up, and then we drop 20 minutes of it on Wednesday. This ain't that. We got a fresh show every Monday, fresh show every Thursday, new show every Friday, new show every Sunday, and in between, we're dropping all kind of stuff, okay? So just hit the little subscribe button. If you want to support, please put a little seed in the ground, hit the little join, be a member, and we'll deliver you more content that's gonna help you on your entrepreneurial journey. Okay, this episode is sponsored by The Morning Meetup. If you are looking to build a community, the first thing you should do is to join one. If you want to build a community, the first thing you should do is join one. This is the best community for any entrepreneur that's looking to start a business or grow a business. If you are having a struggle trying to get over $250,000, or you're just starting and you're like, I want to be an entrepreneur. I know I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I got this vision. I'm talented. I'm blessed, but for some reason, I can't get over the hump of starting or growing it. You need to be a part of it. I will teach you every single day, Monday through Friday, live. And we get together on a regular basis because we are family. We have an app where we can connect inside the app. Whatever city you're in, there's someone near you, okay? So go to themorningmeetup.com, join our community, join Fanbase. Okay, I'm gonna make sure, I'm going to go live on Fanbase this week. Well, today's Friday. This coming week, I'm going live.
I'm telling you, you could grow. You could grow enormously fast in audio. Like we got audio is just it's just what you do that, and then you could create those audio spaces that are also exclusive. But I also got something. I told you I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna talk about something when we stop talking for a second. But I got something for you too.
Let's get it. Listen, do me a favor. Somebody write Fanbase in the chat if you're gonna set up your Fanbase profile today. If you're going to set up your Fanbase profile today, if enough people set up their Fanbase profile today, okay, right now, we might have to create a room, man. If we start a audio room in Fanbase on my way home, okay, y'all gonna have a window of time, because once I get home, my children are like, Daddy, off the phone, kneel. So set up your Fanbase profile. If you're listening to this right now, I am not a paid spokesperson, but I do believe in the vision. Again, I invested in the vision. I just believe that when we do something, we do it at a high level, and the only reason that it doesn't grow is because we don't support us. And I'm not saying you should support it because he's black. I'm saying you should support it because it's dope and it's something you need. If you're not building your own community just yet, or you want to build a community, you need to join some more communities. All right, so we love you all. Hit that subscribe button. I will see y'all on Fanbase. Peace.
Peace.
Free smoke, free smoke. Free smoke, free smoke.
I just looked up the